Welcome back,
Welcome.
everybody.
Oh, wait, what?
I thought. Wait, are we serious?
I said I was joking.
This is great.
I said I was joking. I said I was joking,
I
bruh.
didn't hear you say you were joking. Yeah, please, go ahead. I heard you say
What?
take the
Yes.
reins. I heard you say take the reins. I didn't hear anything else.
Oh my!
I was
goodness.
confused. I
love
thought
it.
you were trolling me for a second. Go ahead.
Please,
Welcome
guys,
back.
Keep going.
To the Words from the Nerds podcast. Of course, as you can all tell by now, we have our regular Joe Schmo, fucking Indiana living boy, fucking Benjamin's back.
Holy ducks.
No, he's not. That I figured that was okay to say because that's not actually where he lives. But anyway, he's back. Welcome back, Benjamin. Sorry about his sabbatical last week, everyone. But in case any of you are itching, absolutely gnawing to see or hear what he thought about both Mando and Grogu and what was the other thing last week?
Finale.
The Boys finale. Yes. Boys series finale. He will give his little thoughts on those in just a moment. But of course, this is the Words from the Nerds podcast. And if you haven't been here before, we give you all of our nerdy news, all of your nerdy news, and all of our nerdy opinions and discussions and anything else under the nerdy sun. I'm joined today, of course, by not only Benjamin, who's back, but also Aiden, who is sucking on his fingers, a little weirdo. But
My floss.
gentlemen, I want to do a quick little check-in with you while I pull up the comments. Quick little. I'm talking quick. And I'm talking like this because our buddy Mimish could not join us today because he doesn't check his damn phone. Motherfucker. Anyway, I'm just kidding, Mimish. Love you. But Aiden, what's up, man? How was the trip? Fill us in.
It was good, man. 1 year down, and I think I'm doing
Crazy.
okay so far. So
Crazy.
it's nice. It was fun. It was nice to just get away and relax for a little bit, just kind of hang out with the wife. So, but because we, you soon.
You're
I'm
literally
sticking
trying
ready.
to ride our wave, Charlie.
Yeah, honestly,
Riding
we
the coattails.
we were doing it before it was cool. But yeah, it was fun. It was nice. But I mean, we were having so much fun and falling asleep early every night. I kind of prepared for, hey, there might be a night where she falls asleep before me, and I'll get to sneak in some Noir.
Yeah.
And every single time that we
You were just
laid
not
our
what
head,
you
we
liked.
went straight to sleep. Yeah, so I didn't get to fit any of that in. I mean, it's for all the right reasons. We were having a bunch of fun, so didn't really get to a lot, but it was fun, man. Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, I can't complain. It was nice. Fayetteville, Arkansas is just absolutely gorgeous. So it was pretty awesome.
What is it called?
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh, okay.
I will say she did try to get me to watch some show, and Charlie, I mean, I feel like this would be something that you'd watch. We Were Liars.
Never heard of that.
On Amazon Prime. Okay. I forget the actor's name. He's playing I think it's Haymitch in the new Hunger Games. So she, every time she sees the trailer, she's like, I think you'd really like his acting. You could watch it before the Hunger Games movie, just trying to do anything to get me to watch it. And I'm like, so I watched the first episode of that. I was like, I'd rather watch YouTube, honestly. If we're like in the hot tub or laying down at night, I'd rather watch YouTube, I think. So we'll see. I'll probably finish it just so that, you know, I can watch it. But other than that, unfortunately, that's the only thing I watched this week. Very unfortunate that that's the only thing I watched this week. But yeah, it was fun. It was nice.
Benji, how are you, little sickerson?
Yeah, I'm a little sick. Gonna try to mute up if I ever have to clear my throat. Just a sore throat. I don't feel that bad, but I also had a good weekend, little weekend trip over to Indiana to hang out with some friends, which is always fun. And yeah, I watched Backrooms. I rewatched Obsession actually last week because I had some friends who caught the social media wave and wanted to go and check it out.
Thank you
And
for your money.
I thought about that. I thought about telling them no, but you know, it was it was worth it to go see it with people who were kind of hitting the social media hype wave, and I was okay checking it out a second time. And I actually think that seeing it a second time, once you know what to expect, makes parts of the movie like a lot more just devastating. Like, I don't, especially teeing up towards the ending, and like, you know where things lead, and it's a crazy level of despair. And I was thinking about it as the movie was going on. I was like, this is like never a happy movie, like ever. It's just such a mean movie the whole time. But it was very, very good. Definitely solidified itself as like an 8.5. Thought about even boosting it up to a 9. So
wow.
I really enjoyed it and was happy to check it out a second time. And of course, watched Backrooms, Spidernoir, and then other stuff that we'll get into here soon. But nothing out of the ordinary from the release schedule that I've been following.
Sure. As for me, I'm great. State of Play just happened. Today's a big week. Today.
Oh yes,
this
I was gonna
week.
actually ask you to go through that.
Oh really? Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
like
your
thoughts or like what they announced.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Mixture of thoughts here, and I'm sure Brandon would want to hear a little bit of this too when he if he watches this episode. But I think it was really good for a State of Play. As far as like other State of Plays go, relative to this one, I think it was really, really good. I do think that they went a little overboard with the hyping it up aspect, and Sony doesn't usually do that. They're usually pretty good about it, but like this one, they announced 2 weeks in advance. They don't normally do that, and they also encouraged people to go watch it at Alamo draft houses across the country, and it was free tickets though, free admission, but. Apparently, there's some reports from people who went to the draft houses that they set up cameras to get like reactions or something. I don't know how true that is, but then they did like a countdown for it on their website, which is also rare that they do that. I don't think it was big enough to warrant that, and I feel like it was only for one reaction, a reaction to one game in specific that they wanted like reactions to, or wanted a lot of people to see, and it was the very end. It's a new God of War game. God of War adjacent. Actually, I wouldn't even say it's adjacent. It's the same thing, but you're playing as a different character. You're playing as his wife, Faye, which it actually looks phenomenal. I think it looks great. I'm very excited for it. I love the God of War games. But other than that, I do think it was a great showing. Obviously, Wolverine opened it. It was 10 minutes worth of Wolverine gameplay. Really, really good. I think it looks great. I'm going to call out Soups. Not that he's ever going to see this, but like he's never beating like just comic brained allegations, bro. There's like a quick montage at the very end of it of Wolverine like fighting a bunch of different random people, and there's this guy that I would describe as looking like, honestly, if I had to choose one other Marvel thing he looked like. He looks like he's part of the Hand clan. Like he looks like a hand ninja. Soups said, "Was that fucking Deadpool? Was that like, dude? What? What are we talking about, bro? Stop it, Matt. Oh my gosh." But anyway, the Wolverine stuff was good. I think that was a good showcase. Benjamin and I were just talking about before we went live here, recording that. Apparently there's a lot of people complaining online about the blood on Wolverine, on Logan, and that it like comes off too easily. And I halfway agree with that. I think it's fine that the blood comes off. I think it just comes off too quickly. Like he walks around for 2 seconds after just slaughtering a dude, and then the blood is pretty much all off of him.
For me, it's not even just that. It's also like the environment. Like it was getting all over like the ground.
Oh,
and, like,
I didn't even
truck.
notice that. And it washed off the...
And it washes off.
Oh, like I didn't even notice that.
That should be like permanent in my opinion.
I
don't care as much about the blood on him.
Yeah.
Not that I'm going to play the game, but for the people who are critiquing it, I understand what they're getting at.
Yeah. Jean shows up for a little bit of the trailer.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know if I love how they portray her powers. I mean, it's like a purple glowing ring around the things that she's moving, which is like I don't want to get too nitpicky about it. But I'm obviously I'm happy that Jean's here. I knew Jean was going to be in it though, unfortunately, because of the brutal security breach that Insomniac went through like 3 years ago. This entire game leaked, like it was playable. If you went into the leaks, people downloaded and played the game, the broken version of it. But there's a section of the game where Jean's going to be playable as well. So
wow, let's go.
At least unless they cut that, they might have cut that out. But I wouldn't count on them cutting that out though. Yeah, Aiden, are you going to play Wolverine? You're going to get Wolverine?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. Yeah, you're turning into a gamer now. Yeah, you got the Switch 2 all loaded up and everything. Dang, bro.
Oh, dude, I'm always gonna pop out for the like superhero PlayStation games. Like if it's Miles, Spider-Man, Wolverine. Like I've been excited for Wolverine. Actually, no, it was Spider-Man 2. There was something that when I was justifying my purchase of the PlayStation 5, I was like, I think I was like, no, like the ones I'm gonna set out for Spider-Man 2 and Knights of the Old Republic. Remaster. I think they're
okay. Dang, really?
Like those were in my lineup of like I'm gonna justify my purchase for these games.
Well, it could have been Wolverine as well because they revealed Wolverine and Spider-Man 2 in the same live stream.
Yeah.
So
I remember that. Crazy. I remember coming home on lunch break and watching the everyone's reaction to the Wolverine announcement. I was just, oh my gosh, what a time.
I think
maybe it was a Spider-Man 2. Like the Venom, because it ends with like the symbiote, or it ends with Venom.
We all knew each other at that time too. I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
we all.
It was 2023 when that all. Or sorry, no, that's when Spider-Man 2 came out. It's 2021. So never mind. We didn't. Yeah. It was right before we would have known each other because we didn't know each other until after No Way Home came out. So never mind. I'm tripping.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So when I was justifying my PlayStation purchase, I was like, yeah, these are all the games I'm going to keep an eye out for. Like these are the like must buys to justify buying a PlayStation. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
Oh, and then there was I don't know if you guys have heard of the Until Dawn game, but they announced a sequel to that one, which like that's been a long time. I didn't think they were going to do that for a while there. I was starting to believe that they weren't.
Is that the one that just got a movie?
Yeah.
Wait,
and the movie is not. It's nothing like the game. It's nothing like the game. So.
Yeah.
Is it going to be centered around the Wendigos and the cabin again, or
doesn't look like it? Honestly, what they showed, it doesn't look like there's any like fantastical, mythological stuff going on. But like at the same time, they might have marketed Until Dawn 1 like that as well. It's been a long time, so I don't really remember. But this one just looks like a run of the mill like slasher thing, at least so far.
Well, yeah, because Until Dawn was a slasher mixed with, because then you find out the Wendigo halfway through or something like that. Interesting.
So like they could add some other. I will say, I guess the premise of this one is it's a new group of kids, obviously. And these ones, they're like ghost hunters. They post YouTube videos about ghost hunting, but all of their videos are fake. So
is that not literally Curry Barker's new premise for his next movie?
With
where they just
Aaron Paul and
yeah, that's literally the
really?
premise for
I didn't
his
know
next
that.
movie.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's actually insane. It's like a pair of ghost hunters that fake all their ghost videos until they encounter like a dark
real
entity or something. Yeah.
Dang. Okay.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I did like in the trailer. There's this moment, like because it's a game where you make decisions. You're running as one of the girls, and you're running with her boyfriend or whatever, and you're running from the slasher guy, and you go get up to this cliff. And there's water and a bunch of rocks below, the ocean and a bunch of rocks. And he's like, I think we're going to have to jump. He gets there first and he stops. And then as the girl, you have to choose to push him in or just jump by yourself. And in the trailer, they chose to push him as well to like, I assume to just be like, get over your shit. We got to fucking go. But she pushes him and then he falls right down onto a rock and he just splatters everywhere. It's crazy. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited.
I'm here. I'm in, bro. That's all you had to say. I'm in.
Honestly, I'm gonna do this because I did. There's one called The Quarry.
Yes, I remember you should always stream that.
Yeah, I streamed that one and then I replayed it with Cassidy. Me and Cassidy played it. I think it's a good one. If you can get Maddie to play it, I think that'd be cool. And Benjamin, same goes for you, even though I know you don't have a PlayStation. But if you could get Reagan to sit down and want to play it, I think it'd be cool. I think it's a cool. It's like you're playing a movie, but you're interacting. It's almost like that Bandersnatch, whatever that Netflix.
Yeah,
But anyway,
Black Mirror
one,
shit.
yeah.
With,
I don't want to talk about
wasn't that Will
State of
Poulter?
Play too much.
Will Poulter.
Yeah, Will Poulter. Yeah.
I will say that's kind of a huge ask for my wife. It took every
really?
fiber in my being to convince her to watch Backrooms on our anniversary day. Because if not, I wouldn't have been able to watch it and talk about it today. Because we got back yesterday, and so I had to finagle. I'll talk about it when we get to Backrooms. I had to finagle because she hates horror. Like horror, she draws the line at. She will not watch any horror movies. It took
scared of them kind of thing, or so she hasn't seen Obsession.
Just overstimulating. Yeah, no, I tried to pitch her on Obsession. Here's where I messed up. I told her I was like, because I convinced her to come watch Talk to Me before she like absolutely spiraled out of that movie. Like she wanted to leave early, and I told her I was like, it's kind of like the premise is kind of like Talk to Me almost, and she was like, yeah, well, I absolutely hated that, and I was like, okay, it's not like Talk to Me at all. She just started laughing. She's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. So I was like, damn it, I lost my opportunity. So yeah, no, she hasn't seen Obsession. But it took everything to get Backrooms, and we did it.
You got Backrooms.
Yeah, we did it. We freaking did it.
Dude, yeah, I just wanted to look at this. This girl freaking kills Luke, bro. She presses the push.
Oh, that's his name. Okay, yeah. Oh, you looked it up?
Button.
No, yeah. Dude, and they show the split second they show it for it. So Aiden, you should look it up too. It's actually I'm very excited for the game, bro. I'm very excited for it.
Of just
I do wish they showed some other things. Like I'm looking for the next Naughty Dog game, of course, like Intergalactic, The Heretic Prophet. I know that one's probably far off. Like that's probably like a late 2027 game, maybe a 2028 game. But I still would just like to see more. We'll probably see some at Game Awards in December, I'm sure. But then also, I was saying that like this is a big week in general for gaming stuff. Summer Games Fest is on Friday, and a lot more stuff is going to be shown there. I'm hoping that I think it's time for the next Star Wars Jedi game to be shown off, or at least revealed. So I think I'm hoping to see that, but we'll see. That's my pie in the sky. But yeah. State of Play. It was pretty good. I just don't think. I think they should have just done what they normally do: announce this one like a couple days beforehand, and don't do all the like hyping up. I truly do think it was just for the Faye game, and the Faye game looks fantastic. That was my game of the show. Like even I'm more excited for that than Wolverine. I think that game looks great. It looks fantastic, but also for the fact that like they did a 20-minute gameplay reveal. And then they don't even, there's no release window at even. Like, sure, don't give a release date, but there's not even a release window given. So, like, you're able to put, like, you give me 20 minutes of gameplay, but you can't even give me a release window. I just, like, that's just a little wild to me. But, yeah, whatever. But
I
anyway.
don't want to comment too much because I'm watching the trailer literally right now as we're talking. I think it's cool that they got Dacre Montgomery. In
from
there.
that's
that's it. Because I was gonna ask earlier if they casted a bunch of
like some
real life actors.
I think he's the only one that I noticed.
That I
he's the only one that I recognize.
The redhead, she looks a little familiar, but I think I'm thinking of I think her name's Sophie Gillian. Is that her name? Oh gosh. Oh my god. Nebula.
Oh, Karen Gillian.
What's her name?
Yeah.
Karen Gillian. That's what. Yeah. And then I see they have that slasher dude from the first movie. It looks like again. The with the glasses, the weird looking old dude. I feel like he was in the first movie.
No, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Neil Newton.
He's like he's like the in-between character. Like there's moments where because throughout the game, typically you'll find like something that lets you see into the future or like a possible future, depending on your choices.
Yeah.
And then after each like chapter of the game, you'll go talk to that guy, and then he'll show you all of those possible futures that you found, and then then you'll go right back into the gameplay. So
interesting. Yeah, no, that trailer looks awesome. I'm really excited for that. Wow.
I think it was a good state of play. So my hopes are are higher for PlayStation now. Although, and last thing I want to say, I decided finally that I'm going to start doing physical media for my games specifically. I started with, I haven't played this yet, but this just came out, 007.
Nice.
I haven't played it yet. I bought it on Friday, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna start a physical collection. And Wolverine today, pre-orders go out. There's first of all, there's no collector's edition, which I wouldn't probably have gotten that anyway. I didn't get any of the Spider-Man collector's editions. But for Wolverine, bro, they're not doing a special deluxe pre-order. They are doing a deluxe, but it's digital deluxe only. So like, I have to pay $80 to get. There's five exclusive Wolverine suits, and then 5. Apparently, you're going to be able to change how his claws look too. And then there's 5 exclusive claws as well. So like, oh my gosh! Now I'm gonna buy it on digital because I don't want to miss out on those 10 exclusive things. And I double check too, because a lot of the time if you get the digital deluxe, it just unlocks stuff immediately for you, but you can still earn it later in the game. But no, they specifically said this exclusive stuff is exclusive to this. So like, I have to get that. And then I might also just buy the physical one as well. So it's like $150. I don't know if I'll do that. We'll see. Anyway, comments from last week's episode that we had to split into 2 because we talked about AOT for an hour and a half. Oh my goodness. Worth it though. God, I love that show. First one from our boy who was on the episode, B Woody, Brandon himself. He says, since Aiden didn't ask me how I've been or what I've been watching, since he knew I would plug an Apple TV show, I just wanted to shout out Widow's Bay and recommend that everyone watch it. Widow's Bay.
Why didn't you ask Brandon how he's doing?
I've heard a ton of good things. I don't know. I was so excited because Charlie had just finished Attack on Titan. I was like, I need to get to the juice of this. So.
True.
Yeah, Widow's Bay. I've heard good things. I've seen a lot of people talking about it actually since Brandon brought it up. I've seen a lot of people they're with the same sentiment. They're like, this is like, why is nobody talking about this? This is like one of the best shows out right now. Things like
it's not even done releasing. There's another episode coming out soon.
Oh, damn. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
There's something else I need to. Shrinking. And I know Brandon recommended that as well. So I should watch. I need to get Apple TV again, truthfully. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Brandon. Memish coming back at us again, like every week. Hashtag best podcast ever. Memish, you know we love you, brother. Sorry you couldn't be here because you don't look at your damn phone. But
it's probably more so my fault, honestly.
Maybe. I don't know. He gives a timestamp of 46:37, and he says, Ryan Gosling and Matt Smith. Let's not forget my GOAT, Matt Smith. I actually did forget he's going to be in Starfighter. He will always perform, is what he says about Matt Smith. And so far from what I've seen of Matt Smith, other than maybe Morbius, actually, he was probably the only good part of Morbius. But he's also in House of the Dragon, the Game of Thrones TV show, and he is really good in that as well. So I happen to agree with you, Memish, but I will never find out if he's actually good in Doctor Who. I'm never watching that bullshit.
I was just about to say.
It's a good take.
I'm good on that.
Good take. Memish probably doesn't like that take, but that's a good take.
Yeah.
Aiden, even though it wasn't Aiden finally got me to watch Attack on Titan. But yeah, I am never watching that shit. Never watching no Doctor Who.
If we think about it, really, Charlie got me to watch Attack on Titan.
True.
All right, let's calm
if you
down.
really think about it.
That's true. And stay tuned. Benjamin is about to give his thoughts on that. But the last two comments from Memish, he replies to his last comment as well. He says, can I say you can take this with a pinch of salt, but in the UK, obviously I work in the cinema and we prepared for a big Star Wars opening attendance, but it was really low. I don't know if that equates to anything, but in my area, that's like the second biggest cinema, and the way we over prepared. And then he gives a couple of emojis. He replies to that and says, Obsession is also making a lot of money, unlike Passengers, which is absolute dog water, can I say? Golly.
I have heard nothing but bad things about Passenger.
I haven't even heard anything about that movie. But yeah. I guess on that topic of Star Wars, I guess we'll just transition real quick into, I know we were going to save this for later, but I feel like it's the perfect time to bring it up right now. we're going to talk about our box office draft a little bit right here, so we can ideally maybe not poke too much fun at Benjamin, but a little bit of fun at Benjamin. But also, it's a good week for him too. I will not lie. But yeah, let's start from the bottom up. Obviously, Benjamin put his faith in the wrong horse, and I believe he would also say the same thing at this point now. Remember when you drafted it, man? You said, I have faith in the Star Wars audience. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude, this is my 13th reason. Like, this is...
I've said all that needs to be said about this pick, I feel like.
I haven't said anything. Can I briefly just, like...
Yeah, go ahead. Don't give your
do-
thoughts on the movie yet. That we'll save that. But just as in terms of its performance so far.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of tied to it because I thought the movie would be better. And if the movie was better, then I feel like there was a better chance of this breaking even and making like $500 million because it's a Star Wars movie. And I feel like Solo specifically, like, was at the time, it felt very, like, probably less relevant than a movie like this would feel, only for the sake of, like, it's an origin story for a character that we already know amidst, like, at the time we were getting really episodic films. Like, we were getting 7, 8, and 9, and then Rogue One, which is really just 3.5. Like, Rogue One is a side movie. It's not an episodic movie, but it's as significant as the episodic movies. And so Solo kind of stuck out. And I figured with this, like, it being a continuation of the show and potentially setting up a grander galactic thing that they've been setting up with, like, the Ahsoka series and Mandalorian, I thought that this was going to be a much more important movie, and it's just not, which we'll talk about in a second. So because of the quality and the reception, I'm not surprised at the box office as a result. But this is just one of those things that I had to pull out my nuts and lay them on the table and just bet on Star Wars. Like, I couldn't not just bet on Star Wars. I did that last year. Obviously, like, in hindsight, me drafting Andor in the Rotten Tomato draft is like, well, duh, it's Andor. We know that now. But I think I got it 5th round of our Rotten Tomatoes draft last year.
Yeah.
And so, like, I kind of viewed this in a similar fashion of just like, you know what? I'm going from the heart. Let me pick a franchise I love. And in this case, it was a big mistake. So I think it will still, I don't think it's going to lose me more than 100 million. Like, it's going to make, like, probably at least another, like, 70. I would say it depends on how quickly it gets pulled from everything. I mean, they just extended Obsession, which we'll talk about here soon. We got some other big hitters coming up. It depends on just, like, how many weeks does it have left to even stick around in theaters before they boot it out? And in that time, how much can it make? Probably not very much, but yeah, I know it was a gamble. It was a risk, but I'm not too upset. I'm not too upset about it. I'm happy that this is the hill that I died on. I'll just leave it at that.
Fair.
Hey, yeah. At least you own it. I like that, man.
Yeah.
But as for other stuff for Benjamin, while he's having a bad time with one, he's having a fantastic time with another. Backrooms, just after its opening weekend, and this isn't. Is this updated for Monday too? Yeah. Okay. I think it has. Yeah. It did. Perfect. So I believe, what was it, 110 for the opening weekend?
Yeah, like, I think 111, 110.
Yeah, 110, 111, and it is since Monday, just yesterday, added another cool fucking, what, like 17 mil? No, like 14 mil? Yeah, 14 mil. And I'm sure Tuesday is going to be a great cheap Tuesday for you too. But yeah, Backrooms, as we were just talking about before we started recording, has a lot of potential, if not just guaranteed to be more profitable than Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
which like,
Yo, why are we dogging on me, bro? Come on.
It's just crazy.
hey, buddy,
like-
you're in second place, all right? You're in second place.
It's crazy what a difference a low budget makes. You know, like you're making 170 mil from Project Hail Mary because it had like a 500 whatever mil break even, and so like this will make that profit wise in like 3 weeks just because it's such a low budget.
That's what I thought was so fascinating about Michael compared to Devil Wears Prada. Devil Wears Prada is as good as done right now. I think I'm gonna be fine with my 400 mil, but if Michael like sniffs a bill and doesn't hit it, those are comparable profits. And Devil Wears Prada got like it's in a laughable amount less of word of mouth than Michael did. It's just crazy how those things shake out. So there, I had to throw mine back. There you go, Charlie.
I mean, speaking about that, just because Brandon just brought it up in the group chat, that Michael, what is it, next week is being released on digital, so people won't have to go to the theater to see it if they don't want to. They can purchase it and watch it at home. My thing is that I think it depends on the international market for that. If that's going to go on digital everywhere else as well, then I do think that's going to hurt the billion chance. But if not, then because really the only performance it has left is internationally. I think what was that picture that he sent this morning? Michael was at the bottom of the top 5. Crazy that it's still in the top 5, I guess, after what, a month and a half. But it's in the bottom of the top 5. And it only had like 1 million. I think it was 1.1 million or something like that. So like its true big numbers are only coming from overseas anymore. So, and I think it comes out either this week or next week in Japan. And apparently his market is big in Japan. His fans are big in Japan. So we'll see. I don't know. I do believe it'll be close, but I'm not too worried about it though. Truthfully.
Can you open up Power Ballad for me real quick?
Yeah.
Just real quick. I just want to say, and these numbers aren't updated, this movie has made $500,000 on 4 days being in like 15 theaters. Its per theater average is really good. In the United States, like over the weekend, it was averaging like 5,000 to 7,000 a day across the 10 theaters. And the only other place it's had a limited release is the United Kingdom. Where it made like $250,000 in its opening weekend. So we don't know the budget. I've heard, I forget what I said. Maybe it was 20 mil. I've heard like 15 to 20 mil. And I think if it's 15, I'll actually be sitting pretty decent. I'm just worried about competition, but I just wanted to throw it out there because it's having a good little limited release, and the word of mouth has been very good since it's well-known director and has had praise ever since it was shown at a festival earlier this year. I'm holding out. I'm coping. You guys know me.
Coping. Yeah. And then everything I already said about Michael, we all know. Obsession though, man.
Gosh, dude, this freaking behemoth.
This guy.
Obsession, man.
Behemoth of a freaking movie.
It is talk about performing. Listen, man, I mentioned this in our group chat on Instagram because Benjamin was like, Charlie should be thanking the horror gods. And listen, I am grateful, but also I want to say, brother, I have been calling my shot with this movie more so than just the box office. Like I wanted to draft this way back in January on our Rotten Tomatoes.
I was going to ask what, because you're not even a horror guy. I was actually thinking about this earlier today. You're not even a horror guy. What made you even want to, because the reason you couldn't draft this for a Rotten Tomatoes draft is because the critic score had already come out.
Yeah.
Why? Like, because obviously you were thinking about it before the scores came out. So why were you even thinking about it?
No, I guess I wasn't thinking about it before the scores came out. The scores were already out. I just didn't know. I saw this trailer, and when I saw the premise for the movie, I instantly loved the premise. And I know that it's not the first horror movie to do, like, because I mean, it's technically like a subgenre within horror, like the monkey's paw kind of thing. Yeah. So like, I know it's not brand new by any sort of means, but just, I don't know, like the premise of like this, he has a crush on this girl and he made this wish, this really fucked up wish. And like now we get to see the ramifications of it. I don't know. The premise for just me personally sounded, and like, for me, my Rotten Tomatoes draft, and we'll talk about it when we get there, a lot of it is just like my personal, like what I want to see. And that's part of what went into like my first round pick, I guess. Also trying to get at Benjamin though, well, with like the Odyssey, even though personally, of course, I think I like Invincible more than I am probably just overall than I'm going to like the Odyssey, but who knows, maybe the Odyssey will really speak to me. But anyway, with that being said, like Obsession just really like spoke to me. And then I wish when I saw it was at like 93 when I was like trying to put out my list of what I was going to go into our draft with. I was like, damn it, I can't put that on there. So then I was itching. I'm telling you, I was itching to put it on when we started doing this box office draft. I was like, oh, this is my next opportunity to show this movie some love. But then also I didn't want to like jump at the because I didn't think that you guys would be on it like that. And I think Benjamin, Aiden, you weren't going to put it on, right? Ben was the only one that was thinking about it.
I would have picked it if some of the picks in front of it had went, which looking at it now, none of the movies that I had in front of it, like I got everything that I had at my number one spot. So with the way the board shook out, no, I would not have picked it, but it was on my radar. And I think that, and I'm gonna be honest, the only reason I thought about it was because I saw that it had $1 million budget, because that came out right before we drafted, that it had $1 million budget. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be the easiest profit ever. They already picked it up to distribute it in multiple theaters. I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer profit pick. I didn't think it'd be this much profit. Like you might have one of the best second picks out of all of us, the most profitable second pick out of all of us.
I think I wasn't go toe to toe with it, but
but like Odyssey, I'm getting worried about.
Yeah.
Odyssey. Yeah, really? Like Odyssey and Scary Movie. I'm like, I mean, I guess it just depends on budget for Scary Movie and controversy for Odyssey. But bottom line is, this was a big dog standing toe to toe with all the second round picks, and I was not expecting that. I was just expecting this to be an easy $50 million profit.
50, yeah.
50. I would have said like
$50 million profit
20.
right before. Oh, really?
When we were drafting, if I thought this was, I don't know.
I was gonna say I was always feeling like a 100. Like I don't know why. I know.
Oh, wow.
I was always like I just felt something in me, bro. I don't know. Like so this is even surprising me how well it's doing.
Great shot call. I'll be the first one to give respect where it respects you. It's just, because we know how much you've been on this movie. Like we know.
No, yeah, bro. I don't know. And I'm glad it was so good.
Next, if it was still on the board.
It was your. I remember when I picked it, you said it was going to be your next pick.
Well, Brandon, I think was probably going to go with it at his. Second.
I think he did
because Backrooms was gone. Yeah, so
I think
I can't believe Backrooms. That like, I don't know. I remember Brandon was just you and Brandon, Aiden. You guys both wanted Backrooms. You're hoping to get it as like the second pick, but like at the time when I chose it, I remember saying like, this is maybe risky, but it's like low budget, so probably like decent chance of profit. And I think at the time, like even a few weeks ago, it was estimated to make like 20 or 30 million in its opening weekend. And every week it's just gone up by like 10 or 15 million in the projections. And now domestically made 80 million opening weekend. So
yeah,
crazy,
like Obsession. And I would say Backrooms is part of it too. That like they're just like smashing record. I mean, beating out Mando. Obsession beating Mando week 2. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is just crazy. Man.
Bro, and the fact that it's maybe looking at another increase this weekend, as Brandon said, I haven't looked into that myself. That is crazy.
So. Yes, they're projecting. I actually saw the tweet after he sent that. They're projecting that there's a possibility that there could be another increase. Well, dude, everybody is like, this is the craziest thing. Like, this is top 3 performance at all time. Like,
oh yeah, dude,
box office. Yeah. Oh my,
dude, I just saw also Universal Spain's Twitter account just tweeted out today at some point the trailer for it, and it hasn't released in Spain yet. I guess it's going to release June 23rd or something like that. So, like, it's still got some. It's still got
word
some
of mouth.
legs,
word of mouth is doing you wonders. I have people coming up to me being like, should I go watch Obsession? Actually, this is funny.
Bro.
This is a conversation I had today. Yeah, this is look, just wait. This is a conversation. I was like, should I watch Obsession? I was like, oh yeah, dude, that movie's fantastic. Is it scary? Yeah, it's eerie. Like I think you'd like it a lot. I might see if I could buy it on like online or something. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, you could. I don't know if it's out yet, but you could wait for digital. What's that movie that you use to pirate stuff off of? He asked my coworker to pirate movies off of. I was like, yes, keep it going. Keep this conversation going.
Yeah, I'm not stepping in the middle of that. Yeah, go ahead. Do it like that.
My ears are shut, man.
You're making plenty, Charlie. You're making.
It's funny. It's funny too. My friend who like he doesn't go to the movies unless like it's a Marvel movie. He'll go with me to the Marvel movies, but we share the same Cinemark account, and so I can see when he purchases tickets. He never buys tickets. Nice. I randomly got an email today, Cinemark purchase confirmation, and it was for Obsession. I was like, let's fucking go, baby. Hell yeah. I love that shit, bro. I love that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so happy for everybody that was a part of this movie. It's freaking
seriously
awesome. It's crazy.
I saw a projection. I haven't looked into this very much, but like it's eyeing like somebody said like 300 mil to end with, which would be crazy.
Are you kidding me, bro?
Yeah. I get it.
People are saying 3 to 350,
but like,
sure,
I don't know.
That would be insane. Man, that would be insane. That would be
for me, so wild. For that to behave better, potentially better than all of our second picks,
seriously,
and even somebody's bomb pick or a hit pick. I mean, for the summer season.
What do you mean?
Speaking
of the summer season,
or somebody's first round pick of the summer season?
I was gonna say, come on.
Speaking of hit picks for the summer season,
let's
take me.
Screw this guy.
Oh my gosh, man! Taylor Swift is out for my own heart. Let's fucking go, man!
It's gonna be the biggest opening of the whole year. Apparently,
this movie's gonna fucking bang, bro. This movie's gonna bang, and I need it to do good in the box office, and I need it to do good for Rotten Tomatoes because this is also my Rotten Tomatoes.
You know who I need to put the hand up and to be accountable for what's about to happen here?
Me.
I need this guy over here, and I need Brandon. Hand up accountability, because I said, guys, look at the past few years. Pixar sequels, every single one is breaking the record for the highest grossing animated movie of all time, and we don't think that's going to happen with Toy Story 5. We're picking Super Mario Galaxy.
Dude, I went last. I actually went last.
Yeah. No, I honestly, I even told Brandon about this. Like, there was like Toy Story 5 was nowhere near my mind picking. Like, dude, I was like, because like this is my first year actually being like super heavily involved in box office, and I was like, yeah, like Spider-Man obviously comes to mind before anything. The only two picks I had in mind were Doomsday and Super Mario. That was it. When it came to me, you could probably watch this back and see the worry on my face. I was like, oh yeah, what do I like? I wasn't expecting this as a scenario. I didn't prep for it or nothing. So then I just went Spider-Man. There was not a universe where I was picking Toy Story 5 at 3. Ben, I thought you were going to say, because you put in the Discord your what you think the highest grossing projects of the year would be. And I think you actually said Toy Story 5 could be the highest grossing project of the year. Maybe you had Doomsday ahead of it. I'm not sure. It's in our Discord, but
I definitely had Doomsday ahead because I have always believed that. But yeah,
regardless, I gave you a lot of pushback as well, that it wouldn't be Toy Story, that Spider-Man would outgross it. And so hand up.
I'm hand up now. I'm looking at it now. Your prediction. Yep. Toy Story
is how the draft
Spider-Man, went. Mario, Doomsday. My prediction. Yeah. Spider-Man, Galaxy, Toy Story, Doomsday.
Yeah. Yeah. So hands up. Yeah, I was not. I mean, this movie wasn't on my radar. I didn't think it would be this big of a deal. And yeah, this.
How much do you guys
smash records?
How much do you guys think the Taylor Swift thing is actually going to help me? Like, jokes aside.
Oh yeah, no. I think a lot. I think a lot.
Really?
No, I think a lot. Yeah,
I think people are already going to go see it
big time.
I don't know.
I agree with that, but now you have like people that could just wait, and people like girls that are in anywhere from like 15 to 25, 26, right? That don't
Probably
have a
like
reason to go
high
out
20.
and see Toy Story. Yeah. People that don't have a reason to go out and see Toy Story 5 because they don't have kids or like, I don't know, they don't behave like us.
New Taylor Swift
I could
song.
easily see them showing out, especially if they hold the song to the movie.
Yeah,
I could easily see.
though, I feel like.
Bro, do you not know the increase, the insane, massive increase that the NFL got just viewership wise because she was in a relationship with Travis Kelce, even before they were showing her on TV, just because she was in a relationship, the viewership skyrocketed, especially Chiefs games, especially everything was like they flock out for whatever she's involved in. I could see a scenario where maybe some that didn't care about it now see that it's attached to this movie and they're like, guys, let's go support it. Let's go support Taylor Swift. And they all go watch this movie in theaters when they easily could have waited until digital. I think this has a very good effect on it.
And Benjamin,
decent to
then,
good effect on box office.
I would also ask you then, if we find out she's voicing somebody in the movie, do you still hold that same position?
I still hold the same position because I see it being the significance of like Shakira voicing a character in Zootopia.
Oh,
Not in
that's a bad take.
No. Here's what I mean. Here's what I mean by that. I'm saying Shakira is doing music for Zootopia. That's going to pull in the Shakira fans. Her now voicing a character compared to just doing music doesn't add much more to the pull of Shakira doing music, in my opinion. We know Taylor Swift is doing a song. Her voicing a character, I don't think brings more people in.
Okay.
See, the reason I would say
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I was about to say,
the reason
we need viewers, bro. Let's chill out. Like,
the reason I would say that it
not go see this movie.
the reason I would say that it does is just because if they do decide to drop the song the day the movie comes out and everybody can just listen to it on Spotify, then if she's voicing somebody in the movie, that still causes those people that only care for the song or only care for her to go see the movie. That's the only thing I would say. But sure, I understand what you're saying about it too.
Yeah.
But even regardless, regardless of the Taylor Swift of it all, this movie was going to do good. So
yeah, I think it could beat Zootopia 2 and become the highest grossing animated movie.
I agree. I think just the IP
now,
alone is
I'm still gonna hold by that this budget is gonna be a $250 million budget.
I think 2 to 250 is fair.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
I am in contention with that.
I am thinking, I'm thinking that like 250 is like the lowest.
Unless they just somehow found a way to really streamline their animation over at Pixar. But
my biggest thing is Toy Story 4 came out pre-COVID and was a $200 million budget. We're saying post-COVID, inflation's a real thing, that this movie's gonna have the same budget as Toy Story 4. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
I don't think this is gonna be lower than. I don't think it'll be lower than 230, man. 225. I think it will be 250 though.
I think 2 is the low end.
We'll be finding out within the next week and a half, probably. So
yeah,
yes, we will.
But even if it's a 600 whatever million break even, like this, I think this is a lock that it will profit more than both Galaxy and Spider-Man, 100%.
Sure.
And maybe
100%.
To be honest, maybe Doomsday.
That's the big one.
Because Doomsday with $1 billion break even. Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah, like basically, I think that in order for Doomsday to profit more, Doomsday has to hit 2 billion.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas like this hitting 1.6, 1.7 is a lot easier than Doomsday, I think, hitting 2. So it's it's possible.
Yeah. I mean, my hope is that you have a $250 million budget. It makes 1.8, 1.7, and you get like $1 billion to $1.2 billion profit. I'm fine with that profit number. In the sea of hit picks, that Spider-Man can maybe come close to that within 500 mil. But
okay, that's a generous gap within $500 million.
Yo, man, I have no faith anymore. Fuck me.
Yeah. By the way, I need to replace my alt pick at some point.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah,
About this.
we can do that right now if you want.
I'll share my screen, Charlie.
I was gonna say I'd have Aiden share his screen though.
Oh, I mean, I can do it. Like, if you just look at my board, it should just change if I do it.
Oh yeah, that's right. You can. I mean, I can do it for you.
Needs
That's what
action.
I was saying. That's why.
Aiden, what are you? You said you have. A
Yeah, Brandon is probably gonna not like me for this, but
I know what this is. Obviously,
Amazing Digital Circus is getting a theater release, and they are giving lots of theaters out because the demand is there, and there's a chance that it opens close to Scary Movie's opening, which is immediate profit because there's no way that budget is. It's like a YouTube series that's getting a big screen release. Like, there's no way the budget's that insane, and there's going to be demand for it. They're going to be opening up theaters for it, so. That's if I had an alt pick available, man, I'd pick that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, I took a quick scroll through the list, and there's nothing else. I already picked it. I think if you refresh, it's going to be on there. There's nothing else on the list that's really drawing me in.
Boom.
This makes total sense. I've seen the hype for it. It literally is about to drop, and I've seen the numbers.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was saying this beforehand, but I'm not getting this alt pick because like Evil Dead is not moving. It's just not happening. And Power Ballad's about to come out. So
I just want to see somebody with this on their board because I am so upset that they announced that this was releasing after we drafted because I would have picked this in a heartbeat for my draft. I would have sacrificed one of the other picks because this is I don't know if you could read this. What wide release? Fathom is releasing Amazing Digital Circus. Originally planned as a limited one weekend event, the film broke Fathom's all-time sales record. On April 14th, the company expanded the release to a full 2-week run on 1,500 screens, making it an eligible pick. Yeah. So this is gonna. I mean, me and Brandon have had tickets bought for the past couple months, so I am like, this is gonna make a good amount of money.
There's just like looking ahead. There's just like. I mean, there's not many budgets that are out, and any of the budgets I'm like way too worried about. Like, there's that new End of Oak Street movie with Ian McGregor.
Yeah.
That trailer's getting a lot of buzz. It's a $212 million break even. Like, I'm not drafting that. There's just no way. And same with a couple of the other ones, like the Coyote versus Acme, that movie, which was in hiatus for a long time. The Looney Tunes movie that's finally getting a release. I know there's a lot of social media hype around that, but again, it's almost 200 million break even. I'm just not putting that risk. So this was kind of an obvious one for me. And Fall 2, I mean, I didn't care about having Fall 2 on my board. That's why it's an alt pick. So we can move on from that because who cares?
Speaking of, Aiden just said that him and Brandon have tickets purchased for months and months. I want to talk about tickets a little bit. Just transitioning out of the box office stuff. I will actually take this down because I don't think we need to talk about Aiden or Brandon.
No,
I mean, Aiden had breadwinner. Yeah, I don't think we need to talk. Which breadwinner is his alt pick, so it doesn't really matter. But so I don't know if did you guys see the Spider-Man thing today with the Prime? Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
The 29th. Obviously, I'm going to try to do that, but I don't think it's going to come to my theater. My theater isn't like a big theater or anything, so I don't think my theater will be one of those select theaters, but maybe we'll see. And the other thing is, I wanted to see if you guys heard anything about this. Not that this matters for me, because I mean, I'll be closer to one than I usually am, but there's I only saw one person say this, and it was a person on TikTok that there's gonna be more 70 millimeter IMAX tickets for the Odyssey going on sale soon. Have you guys heard anything about this or no?
I haven't heard anything.
No, but that doesn't surprise me because I think the only screening available was the 2 p.m. on Thursday. Like, they didn't have any other. I think so. I think because I mean that's what I grabbed, and that wouldn't have been really.
I mean, it was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think.
Okay, because the way they did Dune, Dune was like all the way to like Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Oh wow, huh?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember that with Odyssey.
I'm going at 2 p.m., but I'm pretty sure I could have gone to a 7 p.m. that same day or the next day. It's just the Friday, Saturday stuff sold out like instantly.
Immediately, yeah. Huh. Okay.
But they said tickets are going to go on sale on the 4th is what this was just a random person on TikTok. I don't know how he knows this information. That's why I was asking you guys if you heard anything. But obviously I want to know when tickets are going on sale because I'm going to need to, I don't know how fast they'll sell out in Orlando. But IMAX tickets for the Odyssey, of course.
So you're planning to go even if it's a little past opening weekend?
Yeah, it'll be on a Sunday when I see it. So I don't think a Sunday would sell out as fast as like the opening nights, like a Thursday or Friday kind of thing. So I'm not too worried about it. But
dude, I had my friends from Indiana heard that I was coming to Indiana specifically to watch the Odyssey in 70 millimeter, and they were just like, "Oh, we'll go with you to see that movie." I was like, "No, you won't." And then I
unless you find somebody selling them on eBay.
Spiel. It's filling up there next to this stupid ass.
Golly, I should have jumped on those Dune ones, man. Oh well, whatever. But anyway, on to our next topic of discussion, and that is Benjamin specifically. Benjamin was not here with us last week, unfortunately, so we did not get to hear his lovely thoughts on The Mandalorian and Grogu, as well as the Boys series finale. So, Benjamin, first, let's just get the big one out of the way. Mandalorian and Grogu, give us your all-encompassing thoughts on the film.
Well, I did in fact watch your guys' segment on this last week because I was told to, and these guys know some of my thoughts. I sent like an 8-minute voice memo about some of my thoughts on the film, but I was getting quite a few accusations from these guys, specifically Charlie.
Yeah, it was me.
I know this boy liked it. I know that boy liked it. My initial reaction in 3, 2, 1, thumbs down.
Fully down. Oh my goodness.
I didn't say this because I wanted to save some stuff for the pod and for you guys, but there was a point about halfway through, 2/3 of the way through the movie that I started to tear up in the theater because it was so disappointing and like ruining.
You gotta be joking. You're joking.
No, I'm not. I literally sat there and I thought to myself, I'm sitting in a theater watching a Star Wars movie and I'm so sad because it doesn't feel like I'm sitting in the theater and watching a Star Wars movie. It wasn't the Star Wars that I grew up with. It's not the Star Wars that I love. It is 2.5 episodes, 3 episodes of a new season of The Mandalorian, and not even like a good season of The Mandalorian at that.
Damn.
Like,
yeah.
If this was a part of the show, like if this was actually a segment in the show, I think it would be potential, like it would go toe to toe with season 3. It's like it's probably better than like the worst of season 3. It's not better than anything else in the first 2 seasons, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not, it's not good and it's not justified. And it also annoys me that like they bring in other characters, and so like we have Rada the Hutt, who's in Clone Wars and in other parts of this franchise. And yet, like, other than like, obviously they tell you who he is, he's the son of Jabba and everything, but they don't really like connect the dots as to like, why is he really in this, other than just the fact that like, oh, some people are going to know who Rada the Hutt is. On top of the fact that they kind of had a layup that like Mando and Grogu have always had this father-son dynamic that they've tapped into in the show, especially early on. And like, they could have very easily more specifically tapped into like Rada struggling with like his dad being Jabba, and then like Grogu and the Mandalorian and their relationship to make something that was actually interesting and compelling. And they just don't do anything. And there's a moment where towards the end where Rada's like thanking Mando for everything, and they're like really trying to sell you that like there's this emotional connection between them, and it just doesn't exist. And Jeremy Allen White, I know it's him under there. And there's a couple of lines where like I could picture him, like even through the distortion, It's like, okay, that's very much how he emphasizes his words and his sentences.
Yeah.
Like you could tell it was him. But it's a weird choice to cast him and then do such a big distortion on it. It seemed like an odd choice, but and then the same thing with another character, Embo, who is the bounty hunter who shows up for the back half. Again,
Embo, that's his name.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think they say Embo's name in the movie a single time.
Never.
He
I don't know
shows
who the
up.
fuck that is.
He's the bounty hunter that shows up halfway through with the hat.
Yeah,
and the wolf.
I would have. Yeah, no, I didn't even know he had a name. That's the thing.
Well, I knew he was in a different star. He was in like a show, right? Was he in Clone Wars or something?
He's in Clone Wars.
Yeah,
He's a bounty hunter. He hunts Jedis. Like he has insane aura. And like I was so excited when because he was in one of the trailers. Like we knew he was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that they just like have him show up, and yeah, like he aura farms. His fighting style is cool. His ship is cool. Whatever. But that's all they do. And it's like we're really going to bring in a character who's established and not actually make this like a compelling and interesting reason why he's here. Like we very easily could have made him like more of a central part of the story or a villain in the story, more intimidating, whatever. Instead, half the people who watch this movie, unless they're like really big Star Wars fans, aren't going to walk out knowing who he is. They're just going to be like, oh yeah, he was just kind of there, thinking maybe he's just like another one of those goons for the Hutts or something. Like they're not.
That was my immediate thought. Yeah, I had no idea.
And that's so tragic. You know his his big hat.
Yeah.
There's literally a scene in the Clone Wars where he is sledding down a mountain on his hat, shooting at like multiple Jedi who are riding down in a speeder. It's like he's the coolest guy. Like he's probably as cool as like Cad Bane. He just doesn't get as much screen time, or even like Boba Fett.
Yeah,
he just doesn't get.
Well, I'm like, why wasn't Cad Bane in that role? I think that would have been. I mean, he's more recognizable than Kimbo. Like, I would have loved to see Cad Bane and Mando facing off. Like, I think that would have been sick, dude. That would have been awesome.
Which they had Cad Bane in the Book of Boba Fett, or was it Mando's?
I think he was in Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, Book of Boba. Yeah, because that was Cobb Vanth, the sheriff guy. Yeah. I just it seems so stupid, and I mean this one's maybe more obvious, but Mando's chauffeur, Mando's pilot, Zeb. He's one of the main characters in Rebels.
God, yeah. Don't even get me started on Zeb. They wasted the absolute shit out of him, and I love Zeb.
Mando's chauffeur.
Gosh,
it's crazy.
Yes. He's his chauffeur. He's his fucking Uber driver, dude. God.
He's there for one action scene where you see him beat up a couple stormtroopers in the hallway. Otherwise, he's flying Mando around. It's frustrating. I think I landed on a 2 stars. Because it's not the most like dreadful watch ever from like an actual entertainment perspective. The opening scene's good. The puppeteering with Grogu's really good. I even liked the extended sequence with Grogu. I thought they were going to do something. Really? Yeah, I thought they were going to do something more with it. Because like Grogu has had no development since the very start of the show. They shipped him off to like attempt they were going to, and then they reverted within 2 episodes.
I want to push back a little bit. I have not watched it though, but I heard from a coworker, just a little short thing. My coworker loved the movie, and he came back to me. He's like, "Bro, you told me this movie was ass." All right, bro. You love your slop, whatever.
With a bunch of normies.
Well, dude, no, they're a bunch of no, exactly, no, 100%, because like they think that Marvel's on the edge of extinction, and they think Star Wars is extinct now, but this one specifically, he came to me and he told me about, because I still haven't seen it, but in the episode where Luke is training Grogu, he gives him the choice between a lightsaber or the Mandalorian armor. Yes, and like that's like a form of growth, maybe per se, I would say. Like he's choosing Mando over like what Luke perceives as to be like his destiny or whatever, and that's why Luke sought him out. Like maybe that's like a bit of growth, but I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. And I haven't seen it either, so I don't know.
So here's the problem. I'm surprised you haven't seen it, because I think I've said that those episodes of Boba Fett are some of the best.
You told me to watch.
So good.
Yeah, you both told me to watch it. I just still haven't watched it.
Yeah. My main problem with it is like they ended season 2 of The Mandalorian with like we got Din Djarin to the point of like breaking his own principles and kind of betraying his own kind to have that moment of connection with Grogu, showing him his face and whatnot, but then also like letting him go. And my problem with them making that choice to change that is like literally then like 2 episodes, which, you know, call it whatever you want, but those 2 episodes in the Book of Boba Fett were already like regretting the fact that they're now separated because we need to set up a season 3 of The Mandalorian. Yeah. That to me, like, it's not as like well thought out and motivated as much as it is a convenience for them to be able to keep telling stories of these 2 characters together. So like, I don't necessarily inherently disagree with you, but they forced it to be that way for their own purposes to continue to make these stories that they're making. And also now that we have a movie, we start the movie the same place we end the movie. Grogu starts the movie the same place Grogu ends the movie. Yeah. I actually thought in the segment where he was off on his own, there's a point where he's like in the swamp and there's these like lightning bugs. I actually thought he was about to stumble upon a kyber crystal and like make a lightsaber. So like I was like,
wishful freaking thinking. Yeah. Oh,
that's the amount of cope that I was having. It was the first time where I was just like, oh wait, like they're gonna do something interesting, and then it just wasn't that. So so like I get what you're saying, but like as a whole in general, Grogu has been stagnant for a majority of the time that we have been with him. So
fair.
I don't know, but
and that's what I said to this coworker too, is like, imagine this is taking a lot of leaps because like imagine season 3 didn't happen, but like imagine season 2 he gives up Grogu to Luke, and then like they do this movie and they focus on Din like having to deal with like this depressive episode after losing Grogu and having to come to terms with that, like going so far as to like he views like, damn, I like, maybe he looks at it like I betrayed my Mandalorian values for nothing, so fuck it all. And like he goes up to people, not even for bounties, he just goes up to people, purposefully takes off his helmet, and so he has an excuse to kill people for like no fucking reason. Imagine like that kind of a Din Djarin in that kind of space, and then like the whole movie is about him like coming back together with Grogu, or like learning to overcome that and then still finding Grogu anyway or something. Like that would be infinitely more interesting, man. I don't want to go on a whole tirade again because everybody on TikTok is just like, everybody on our TikTok comments specifically, I mean, there's people agreeing with us, there's people reposting our stuff, but like there's some, it's a good movie. Like Star Wars fans can't appreciate anything. Like, all right, bro, calm down, man. I don't want to yuck anybody's yum. I just think we got to demand more, man. I just think we got to demand more. Like the more we're okay with this, the more of this we're going to get. So yeah, sure. If you guys like this movie and you want to keep getting movies like this, then okay, sure. Like it, enjoy it, whatever.
Right. I think Starfighter will be infinitely better.
Yeah.
Only for the sake, like, kind of twofold. One, new characters. That's a huge plus right now with where we're at in Star Wars. Not just getting, like, you know, a movie based on a show that we've gotten 3 seasons of in this era of Star Wars. And then
agreed.
Also, I don't know what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are smoking. They are absolutely lit up making this movie, but there is just no conceivable way that Sean Levy does not make a much more enjoyable, fun movie than what this was. Not that this was like a bad movie. The opening sequence is pretty good, but like we're going to get lightsaber duels. Like, say what you want about Sean Levy, it will be a much more enjoyable experience watching Star Wars Starfighter. So
do we know when that takes place in the timeline?
I thought it was after episode 9.
I think
like
it
far
is.
after episode 9.
There's there's a rumor that Starfighter is also going to set up the Rey movie.
The Rey movie.
At which point,
the Rey movie or trilogy of movies, or is it just like one Rey movie and we'll see how it goes and then go?
It might be one for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a problem.
So Rey in the Starfighter movie, like post credit scene, or like a
That would cook. I'm not gonna lie, that would cook.
For my own health, I hope not.
Oh my gosh.
I'm a big Ray guy.
I like Ray. I personally like Ray, so I don't know.
I'd be down for that.
It's not that I hate Ray. It's that I loved so many other things. I loved Ben Solo. Like Kylo Ren is such a great character.
Mm-hmm.
Well, probably the best part of the sequels, and still was underutilized. Finn, oh my gosh. Finn in episode 7 was peak. Like Stormtrooper, who might be force sensitive. 8 and 9 completely wasted. So it's not that I dislike Rey. It's that like the other things that I like really liked, we did nothing with. Sure. And then also when we made Rey a Palpatine, that was a bit much. Yeah.
J.J. Abrams, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, Benjamin, thank you for your thoughts on the Mandalorian and Grogu, the Mandalorian and Shih Tzu.
Nice. It worked.
Dude, I was just thinking back to Wade. That made me laugh. Bro. Grogu found dead in the streets of Chicago.
Stupid. I'm gonna throw this guy into the Backrooms.
But anyway, yes, Benjamin, we'd also like to hear your thoughts on the series finale of The Boys. The Boys, episode 8, season 5, episode 8, I should say. I will be listening, but I need to go get a fan. It's so hot in here, bro. Okay. Oh my gosh, so hot. Take it away, Ben. I'll be listening.
So I haven't shared any thoughts with these guys. They knew some of my Mandalorian and Grogu thoughts, but I have not talked at all about my thoughts on The Boys series finale. And I'm straight middle. I'm straight middle on it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
I
actually thought you were going to be lower.
I feel very much exactly how you think you guys thought that I would feel.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair.
There's good moments, there's things to appreciate. It wraps stuff up well in some areas, but when you pair it with the fact of everything else, it's the final season, et cetera, it's very upsetting. It almost was destined to fail at this point. Like I was never going to like this finale going into it because there was no possible way for them to save the season. And specifically, like there's a couple of things that I have issues with, like the power scaling, which I know has always been a thing, but like Homelander sending a guy to space in 2 seconds and then can't escape Ryan and Butcher in the Oval Office. Like that's a problem, in my opinion, a pretty big problem. The fact that the final fight took place in the Oval Office is okay, but like you compare that with the marketing, like Vought Tower collapsing, the Oval Office with Butcher walking up and a bunch of soups flying above it. It's just like when you tee up people's expectations that it's this big thing and then it's a much more like personal conflict between the characters. I think that's a pretty big problem. I really think they should have allowed Homelander to go completely scorched earth for a couple of episodes. I hated that we went from just one plot point to the next, like Virus to V1, Kamiko getting powers. Like the fact that we teed up her getting Soldier Boy's powers and then using it to depower Homelander, we did that in an episode basically, is really upsetting to me. I think that was way too fast, way too rushed. They should have given Homelander V1 in the middle of the season, and there should have been mass scale scorched earth, in my opinion. Like the thing with earlier on when Starlight had threatened Homelander that she was going to release the video, the flight video, and he just said, "That's fine, go ahead and do it, because I don't care if people respect me," and essentially said they can just fear me. Like, I'll just kill them. It's fine. Whatever. Do it. And I don't feel like we ever got to really see that play out for him. Like we got to see it in small scale play out for him where he's willing to just off people who he doesn't like. Obviously we got to see it in small scale, but we really went from like the masses supporting him, in large part, the masses supporting him. We never got to see his like grand turn to just like abuse his power. Like he was pretty much loved up until the very end. And I feel like that's a problem in a way, because we didn't like his like threat to Starlight never really came to fruition. Like that was never a thing that was able to be done. So I think we should have had a couple of episodes where some of those things that he threatened we saw happen, where he was just like, I forget the list of things, but he was like, I'll target hospitals and then I'll go to this place, and like that should have happened in my opinion.
Yeah. I think you didn't stick around for our boys section.
I did a little bit.
Oh, okay. I said the similar thing. Like that's my big problem with the show as a whole, is like you built up to this and it never happened. Like nothing, and you never went scorched earth, and you advertised. Yeah, but that's something we didn't touch on actually, was the advertising of like the posters, everything. Like none of that happened. Vought Tao, like even Vought being brought down in the background behind Butcher is one of the posters. That definitely didn't happen. Like,
the shot of Homelander in space looking down at destruction on Earth should have been a real shot in the show. 100%.
Yeah,
it should have.
Agreed.
So, and you know, Homelander's ending I thought was fine. I understand the people who are critical of him being like, I'll suck your dick, I'll do whatever.
You understand those people? I don't understand those people.
Like, I understand
I don't.
from the perspective of like he's always been a pitiful person that relies on his powers. And now that the powers are gone, he's, you know, relying on anything. I understand. Like, I can understand from people's perspective of just like, oh my gosh, he's supposed to be like this really intimidating guy and like, you know, strike fear into everybody. I can understand why they would be upset that like, oh yeah, this is the reality when his powers are stripped. So like, I understand why they would be upset by that, but I also see why it happens the way it does. I'm not saying that I like, you know, I'm not saying that I side with them and am upset by it. The shot with Butcher on the TV camera is one of the best shots in the show.
With his body in the background. Yeah.
It's so good. But I think just like some of the problems with like the Kamiko getting Soldier Boy's powers that fast and everything, like it just really takes away the stakes for me, because it's just like, oh, it was that easy. Like it was.
I'm surprised you haven't said anything about V1 yet, just as because like you were a big critic of it, and I think rightfully so, because it literally didn't matter at all. Like
I said he should have gotten it earlier, so we could have gotten Scorched Earth.
But yes, even after he gets it, nothing changes. Like he's not. It's not. We're not showing him more powerful or anything. Yeah, it's just useless. So like,
but everything else, I mean, kind of the like epilogue, it was fine. I think I felt similarly to Stranger Things, because people were like, oh my gosh, the final hour of Stranger Things, it's really great, whatever. And I just think, like I said, even if I think that all of those moments are exactly how I would like to see all of these characters, all of their stories end, even if that's the case, it doesn't like matter to me, because the rest of the story to get there was not well done. So it's hard for me to fairly evaluate this, because I liked a lot of the moments, but pair it with the season that we got, and I'm pretty disappointed with the season as a whole. So
sure.
And now it's over, and we immediately get a trailer for Vought Rising.
What'd you think of that? Do you like it?
It's fine. I don't know. It just seems like, oh, great, more of the boys. Okay.
Are you tapped out? You think you're tapped out or what?
Like, I'll watch it, but I mean, I didn't even mention Soldier Boy not being in the final episode at all, just so they can go tell more of a story. It's like, I don't know. I will definitely watch it. I mean, I watched Gen V for no reason, apparently. I'll definitely check it out, but I'm not as excited as you know. It's not like, oh my gosh, another season in the boys universe. I'm really excited for it. That's gone. I think that's gone. I'll still check it out though.
Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of a chat about our Rotten Tomato. Whoa, Aiden. Whoa.
Oh, I thought we were keeping on the topic of Ben talking about what he's watched.
No. We'll take a little bit of a break from that. I'm tired of this boy yapping. Just kidding, Benjamin. Or am I? We're gonna talk about our Rotten Tomatoes draft here for a little second. Is this oh nope. Ignore these ones. This is the old one. That is the old one. I want this one. Yes, this is the new one. So okay, a couple of things to update here.
Jeez Louise.
For those who don't know what this is, we kind of made up our own draft before we ever did Fantasy Box Office. This is a draft specifically for Rotten Tomatoes projects and how they will perform on Rotten Tomatoes. It could be anything. It could be a movie, a TV show, and we have points that cumulatively with all 7 projects can be, what is it, 1,200 points? 1,400? Because
I don't know. Yeah,
because it's 1,000. It's 1,000 with 5, and then so add 2 more. So yeah, I think 1,400 total points can be made, but obviously that is very unlikely. But a little bit of an update because I drafted Spidernoir, and I was almost laughed out of the room when I did it. Okay, this was. I mean, I won't lie. It was a Hail Mary of a shot. But it paid off for me, man. What is it sitting at right now? 90, 91, 93, I think? Something like that.
Oh, it dropped a little bit?
Yeah, the critic one stayed the same, but I think it was 94 audience, and then now it's 93. So yeah, it dropped by 1. But still, man, double 90, I will take that, man. I'll take a double 90. I still don't think it's going to do much for me with the way Benjamin's list is looking. But truthfully, all I need is Ben to get like 1, maybe 2 more 70s, and I'll be sitting closer.
I don't see how that's happening. Which project? Tell me.
I don't disagree. Maybe Doomsday.
Clayface. Okay.
Maybe Doomsday. Also, I think. Hold on. Aiden could be. I don't know if Aiden, that was a serious answer.
No, that was a serious answer. I've always been on the camp of Clayface. I could easily see 80-80.
Exactly.
80-70.
Like, we've seen one trailer. You're getting, I don't know how much of that is joking, Ben, but you're like hyped up, super hyped up off of one trailer. That did admittedly look good. It did look good.
All that I'll say is when I first drafted it, I think I got some backlash on it. Mm-hmm. And then when the teaser dropped, I think a lot of people started to come around on it.
Sure. But do you think it can be a 90? Mid 90s?
Okay. Mid is, I think critic will be around a 90. Yes.
Okay. All right. We'll see. I just don't know that people are very kind to superhero stuff nowadays. Like, I am shocked by Spidernoir because I was in the camp with you guys when I said that. I was not planning on a 90.
Well, actually, I think
out of this,
I think Aiden and I might actually have something for you, Charlie.
Yeah.
Aiden, can I go first, Aiden? Is that okay?
Yeah, you can go first.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
Sorry, I have a written statement that I would like to read out to you, Mr. Charles.
Mr. Charleys.
Sorry. I'm nervous. But this is just a quick written statement.
What the fuck is this?
Dear Mr. Charles, a few months ago we did our annual Rotten Tomatoes draft. Although many picks were obvious, such as Invincible, Dune, and The Odyssey, some of us dared to be bold, to come out of the closet as a ride or die fan of a character. Despite Aiden's permanent display of affection inked on his body, you show your loyalty through your choices. You drafted Spidernoir. We laughed, we insulted, and we bullied, but Charlie, we were wrong. Your choice to draft Spidernoir ended up being an amazing success that only you saw the potential in. My deepest apologies for not only doubting a superhero we love, but also for doubting you. May you continue to find more Rotten Tomatoes success in your future. Sincerely, your favorite co-host.
Yeah, that is insane.
Charlie, did you watch the TikTok I sent you before this?
You sent it today?
Yeah.
No, I haven't. I haven't been on TikTok.
Okay. to my dear Historia, right?
Oh shit. Shit.
To my dear Charlie. As I write this, Ben is on the screen next to me. He knows this is an apology letter, but he's still sneaking peeks over my shoulder. Honestly, it's no wonder that he also judged you in that moment. He promised me he would also write an apology letter to not have me standing on my own after the horrible opinion that I had for your Spidernoir pick. I regret trying to fit in with the cool crowd and misusing my judgment to clown on you that day. I'm sorry about then. I never would have imagined choosing to shit on your pick instead of standing by your side. I'm going to eat my words soon. And while I'd like to say that I have no regrets, I do have one. And it's that I misjudged you and clowned you so hard that your face turned red from embarrassment on that draft episode. I wish I could take that back. So, Ben, I don't know how far you've gotten into Attack on Titan, but there is a
definitely
letter
not that
from one
far.
character to another character, and I think it is the best letter that has ever been spoken. It is amazing, and it's called To My Dear Historia. So when you get to that part, you can compare and contrast those two letters. I feel like I cooked up in there just based on the 1-to-1. She literally even says, "I'm sorry. If there was anything I could change back then." So
yeah, Charlie.
There's Charlie.
The other day, I texted Aiden and I said, "Should we write apology letters for Charlie?" And so we both wrote one. And we didn't share them with each other until, we just read it.
That's fire. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I love it when people can own up to their mistakes. I love that, man. And I thought it was a mistake drafting it. So, I mean, here we are now, True. It turns out Michael was the mistake. God, fucking lame.
Yeah.
For it.
Dude, if the critics didn't have fucking sticks up their asses, I would be so much closer to Benjamin right now. Like already, Night of the Seven Kingdoms having a 78 audience was not great for me. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. And truthfully, I don't know the fucking 22% of people that didn't like it. I don't understand you people, but I don't know. I am a little hopeful for the future. Obviously, I still have a 7th pick. I do have an idea of what that seventh pick might be, but I don't know if I want to put it in here because I don't know that if I'm going to care to watch it when it comes out.
Can you tell us? Just because it doesn't matter?
Yeah, I can tell. I guess, yeah. It's the Tony. It's the Anthony Bourdain
interesting
biopic movie.
That's a risky one.
Yeah, who's isn't the director the guy who did Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie? I think it is. I think it's the same guy.
Yes. Matt Johnson.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. And I was looking at some of his other stuff, and they're all relatively high Rotten Tomatoes. So I'm
telling you, Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie is literally could compete with Project Hail Mary for my favorite movie of the year.
Hey, I'm waiting for it to be watchable where I don't have to rent it directly. So I'm down to watch it. That's one I'm thinking of, but I just don't know that I'm going to care to watch the movie. And I don't know that I should put something that I'm not like 100% planning on watching on my, on my Rotten Tomatoes thing.
Dude, you know what would have been crazy? If somehow, because I don't know where you guys were at on Disclosure Day. I don't know if one of you would have drafted it if I didn't. Because it seemed at the time you guys said it was risky.
I wouldn't have.
What if none of us had drafted it and you had that as an option now? As the only person with a pick left.
I probably would have done that. I would have.
Yeah,
I would
that
put
have
that.
Been crazy.
Yeah.
I saw the vision.
But changes to my list consist of Michael went up by 1 point over these last couple weeks. I don't remember the last time we peeked in on this. Obviously, the Spidernoir scores came out, so that puts me at 184 there, 136 for Michael with going up by 1 point. And A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is unchanged, but that puts me at a total of 492 points. I am currently in the lead now. But that is, of course, I have 3 projects released, and Benjamin only has 2. Aiden has 3 released, but we know. Well, actually, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Aiden.
There's not much to talk about.
Well, you did have a couple numbers move. You had a couple stuff move around. Aiden is currently sitting at 478 points, and that is because Beef Season 2 went up by 3 points. I don't know if that was audience or critic, but it went up by 3 points. And then the drama stayed the same, but Daredevil dropped a whopping 5 points.
Oh my gosh.
Dropped a whopping 5 points for you. So you only gained, because last week, actually no, you lost 2 points because last time you were at 480 points total. So now you're sitting at 4.
Yeah, whatever. I was just riding it out. Let's see what happens.
I know you're putting your all into the box office thing now. I think, truthfully, I know we want to care about it, and I don't want to make this sound like we're not going to do this anymore for those of our viewers that, of course, really love us doing this. But I don't. We're going to keep doing this. It's just I think that the box office one being more official, like there's a whole website set up for it, and it's just easy for us to peek in. Like we talk about that. Chat, I want you guys, talk about that like literally every day in our group chats. Yeah. We're talking about the box office thing. So, and granted, that's a lot easier to talk about, especially in this season right now, summer season, a lot of our picks coming out. Yeah. It's a lot easier to talk about daily than a Rotten Tomatoes thing where we're waiting for like, what's the next one to come out on this list? Disclosure Day, I think. Yeah, I think it's just
Day.
Yeah, I think this
June 12th. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like between Spidernoir and Disclosure Day, that's like a 2-week period. So, like, there's just not a lot to say. But we do like doing this. We still put as much care and effort as we can into this. It's just not as official as the other thing, and so we tend to lean to talk about that stuff more. But we still
that also changes basically week to week. Like, there's always more box office numbers coming in.
Sure, exactly. But now for Benjamin, who's currently in last place, but as I said, he only has 2 projects released.
Oops.
Dude, Aiden's itching. Man, as for Benjamin's changes, Invincible went up by 1 point.
I was gonna say, there's
no way it went down. It went from 186 to 187, and then Project Hail Mary went down by 1 point from 190 to 189, keeping him at the same points. Actually, I don't know if I did the math for yours. Is that the same? Let me do it right now, just in case. I don't want to be missing. No way, I did. I did do the math for yours, I think.
I mean, that's correct. There's
yeah,
only those two numbers. So
yeah. Perfect. Well,
I'm about
Disclosure Day.
Be back in the lead.
Yeah, we'll see. Disclosure Day. There's a lot of great buzz right now. So
I mean, like I'm absolutely passing 500 with Disclosure Day. So like I will be back in the lead.
Wow. The fucking gall on this fucking guy. You know,
you don't think I'm getting more than a 125 for Disclosure Day?
Oh, sure. I see it.
So I'm passing 500.
What if the audience just fucking hates it? What if it's a Michael situation for you?
Are you
you get like a 90?
But the
90.
The critics didn't like Michael.
I know, but what if it's a reverse Michael? I guess. What if it's a Last of Us situation for you?
I think you're coping about this like I cope about the box office draft.
Most
That's definitely a big ask
am.
For Charlie.
I most definitely am doing that. But anyway, yes, that is our little Rotten Tomatoes catch up. We've already established this. Also, part of the reason that we talk about the box office one more is like we've had other private conversations about how it seems like Benjamin's got this year in the bag. So it's kind of hard for us to really want to engage with this fully. But I mean, we still will, of course, because I mean, we appreciate it. So we appreciate what we put into it. Oh, fuck, man. I love your dumb ass. That's so stupid. All right. All right. Benjamin, you have finally, I can't say it like this. I know that because I also just started it and finished it. But you have finally decided to dive in, swim around the world of Attack on Titan, the world of anime, your first venture. Do tell us how far you've gotten, what you think of the show so far, what you think of the characters so far, what you enjoy the most, what you don't like the most, what you hate, what you like the least, I should say. Yeah. Do tell.
A couple weeks ago when you were talking about it, Charlie, and I threw this comment, I said, I'll start by next week's episode. I found a loophole, which was skipping last week's episode. I didn't have to start the show.
You're joking, right?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay. Well, you know what's funny though? You know it's funny because we made the agreement that I would watch Lord of the Rings. I did not watch it. I don't know. Hey, but I got a defense, bro. I got a defense. I've been locked in on my YouTube right now. I got another video. It's coming out on Saturday. All right. I've been locked into my YouTube stuff. So I haven't really done anything outside of like Spidernoir and stuff.
Are you like pretty free these next couple of days?
Yeah, I'm free. I'm free tomorrow. I'm taking Cassie to the airport tonight. But I'm free tomorrow. I have tomorrow off.
So here's the thing. I am not watching a single episode of Attack on Titan until I get a text that you watch Lord of the Rings.
Oh my gosh, what? That's
because
crazy.
When I brought it up a couple of weeks ago, I said I will start it, but you have to get
yeah, I know.
Have to.
I know.
So I'm
listen, I got a good reason though. Like I said, I got a good reason. Bro.
I agree. And guess what? Now I've done my part. I need you to do your part, and then I will continue the show. I'm not kidding about that.
All right. You're right. It was rude of me to not hold up my end of the bargain.
I will be waiting for a quick text that says I watched Lord of the Rings, and then I will continue.
What if I send it like can I say that like I started it and then that's good? Like I will watch the whole thing, but can I send the text so then that way like you can start watching Attack on Titan like right away? Like can I say like I'm starting it and like I'm going to finish it as well, but just like that is like your green light to be like, oh, I can watch more Attack on Titan.
Sure.
My boy's trying everything.
Yeah, man. Sure. Cool beans.
I am 10 episodes into the first season because I do not watch shows at a crazy breakneck pace like Charlie does.
Yeah,
it's been like about an episode a day, and then sometimes a couple, just depending on what I have going on. But let's see, a couple of thoughts that I have. I mean, it's really good so far, like story wise. Obviously you kind of just get like thrown in, and I know that they're building a lot of lore and there's going to be a lot more stuff that I learn and whatnot. Nothing's really surprised me. Like I knew that when that abnormal Titan showed up, like obviously like I knew that Eren Yeager wasn't like actually dead. And so I was like, okay, I think I see what's going on, because it's like his passion for killing Titans just translated into this new breed of Titan that showed up. It's like, okay, I kind of see what's going on, but I don't see how we're getting there yet. So I just finished the part where like it's just at the tail end of like he now knows that he like has the ability. He just doesn't know how to control it yet. He used it to protect Armin and Mikasa. So that's like the part that I just got to. Also,
assume you're watching the dub, right?
Yeah. Okay. Also, like I just got introduced to Levi in like a very brief fashion, which was a change of pace because it's going to a new group of characters compared to where we were at beforehand. But like he's one of the coolest characters already. And, like, he's just that guy. Whereas, like, I'm not gonna lie, like Mikasa is like aura farming the whole time. I love Mikasa.
Yep, Mikasa's.
She's not aura farming. Oh, that aura.
She just is aura. She's the embodiment of aura.
Yes.
Aura. I can say the word.
Armin, like, he's starting to clutch up a little bit, but every time he talks, why is he so white? Like, everything is the end of the world every time he speaks. I don't know if that's just like going to be a consistent theme of his character. Just
he's a little biatch.
Well, here's the thing: that for him, it's just how he talks. I actually think Eren Yeager might be the biggest bitch I've ever seen in cinematic history.
I'm sorry. You just said that You just said that you saw him save Armin's life, throw Armin out of the mouth of a fucking Titan after getting his leg bit off. That was after. And then he's sitting there like, Armin, I'm not gonna let you die, or I'm not gonna die like this. And he's sticking his hand outside of the Titan. Chomp, his arm goes away. You're telling me that's the biggest bitch you've ever seen? Oh my god.
Yes. Okay. Like he's
geez,
getting better, and obviously like his ability to transform into a Titan, like I get that. But like he's just
Crazy.
like Armin whines with like his actual voice, but he's just like kind of scared and skittish. Armin is like he embodies whiny. Like I don't know what am I tripping with that? I feel like that's just kind of who he is right now in the story.
I mean, he's passionate. I wouldn't say that he's like, I wouldn't say he's a bitch. I wouldn't say that he's like whiny. I feel like it's more so he's just passionate, and that passion doesn't have anywhere to go right now because he can only put so much of it towards his goal of killing all the Titans ever.
Yeah.
That's at least how I view Aaron. And the
I agree with you that he's annoying. Yeah, I like he's
all
he's
of it
annoying.
doesn't stop.
That's what
Yeah.
that's
For a
more
while.
what I mean. Like yeah, that's more what I mean. But
Okay.
yeah,
I'll agree with annoying, but like
Oh,
little
Aaron's so
bitch,
fucking annoying. Yeah.
like Aaron, like Aaron's annoying, but like, dude, even before that though, the dude, the Titan that in his mind made it a possibility, made it so his mother was eaten alive. The colossal Titan appears right in front of him. All of the other scouts not the scouts, but all of the other trainees, all the other recruits are standing there frozen. And Aaron's like, kick this fucking shit in gear, bitches. And he fucking goes for it. You can't tell me that dude's a bitch. You can't tell me that.
it probably was just my wording choice because like I agree with you that like yeah, he's got guts, but he's just so I don't know. Maybe annoying is just the simplest way to put it. But
He's very annoying.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I know he'll lock in, but just like when you contrast that with like Mikasa, it's like she's just Aura, you know.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
even the little segment that I've gotten with Levi, him as well. Like
Yeah. Honestly,
other-
I encourage you. I agree because Aiden said this when I watched it, and I asked him if the way I saw it was bad with the way my friend showed me. I do actually recommend that you go. Wait, what are you watching it on Hulu?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. I don't think it's available on Hulu. You'd have to go to Crunchyroll. But there should be a free trial of Crunchyroll. But there's a season of like backstory episodes or like side episodes. I would recommend you watch Levi's backstory. There's part 1 and part 2 because I do think it enhances the viewing experience a little bit.
Oh, that's not going to be a part of the main show.
No.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
If you don't watch it now, you would watch it after the final season, because even though it was released, the entire season of the backstory inside of it was released in between part 1 of season 4 and part 2, I believe, or maybe it was it was because it was all 2022, something like that. So
yeah, I'm watching on Hulu, which is so annoying because like
ads or what?
Yeah, the intros are like it's like a 30-second intro. It's like a quick narration to bring you back into it, and then it plays the actual Attack on Titan intro, which is like a minute long. So of course, like I skipped through it at this point. Like I watched it the first couple times, and I'm like, yeah, I'm skipping through it. And so it literally goes 30. Like it starts with ads, 30-second narration to bring us back into the story. Skip through the minute intro, straight into ads again.
See,
and like a 22-minute episode now takes almost 30 minutes to get through.
I have a hack for you, but the thing is, I know you like to watch the previously ons, so like you can't do this hack if you like to watch that. But the moment the first ad is over, start fast forwarding. If you see that the episode begins with the actual intro of the show, like the musical intro and everything, if you skip to where the next ad is, then you it won't give you another ad. You'll skip that first ad technically.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I agree with you. I got tired of it, and then I went over to Apple TV and got the free week of Crunchyroll, and I fucking grinded the show out. So ad free. So
yeah, I mean, for every like 3 or 4 episodes I watch, I'm like losing an episode's worth of time to ads. That's insane.
I made it halfway through season 2 doing that with the commercials and whatnot, and then I was like, all right, I'm tired of this.
Yeah. Some other positives: the little intermission cards that give details on like the different lore. I think that's really cool, and the fact that they like so far they've done that in every single episode, sometimes multiple times per episode. It's just like clear that like the world building and lore is like really thought out. So I appreciate that a lot. Obviously the Titans are cool. I'm always a fan of like large scale stuff like that. So that's cool. ODM gear. It's how I'm going to become Spider-Man. So
fire.
We need that, we need that.
Fire.
Yeah, that stuff's cool, of course.
So like episode 1, what were your like at the end of it? What were you feeling? Were you like, damn, like I'm locked in now, or what?
I don't think like so far there's been nothing where I'm just like, oh shoot, like I'm dying to continue watching the show. Like it's really good, but there hasn't been like a key thing that is like really pulling me in. It's pretty much exactly what I have expected it to be so far.
Okay.
Cool.
But the one I'll say like the one I don't have anything story-wise that is like bothersome to me. I mean the last episode that I just watched was like I was a little back and forth on because like I thought Aaron's plan of just like, oh, I'm gonna turn into Titan form and I'm gonna escape and then I'm gonna go find the cellar or whatever. Like that as his solution when like the general was like about to, blow into smithereens with the artillery there. That just seemed like a really dumb plan. It's like, oh, we could talk with them and reason and I could like explain what's happening. And then his thought is just like, or I could like run away as a Titan. It's like, wait, like that's really stupid. So that's more of a minor thing, but it was just something that I thought seemed a little dumb. And then also and maybe this is just an anime thing and I'm getting used to it, but it's just a little jarring at first because it goes like just the style of animation, because it goes from actual animation to like just images, like well-drawn images and whatnot. And I get that, like, obviously that saves on the animation budget. And even some of the drawings themselves are like really, really well done and whatnot. But it's just a bit of a jarring style, I would say, to get used to as somebody who doesn't watch anime. So
sure. That's what I know you didn't watch the section, but that's what I said last week, because people want to pick on Invincible for just dragging a JPEG across the screen. I feel like those moments of just like the images drawn on with people still talking, that's the equivalent of that. Like they just don't want to animate that stuff, which is fine. Like I get the animation is a lot of work. But I think that's the equivalent. So if we're going to rag on Invincible for doing like dragging a JPEG that's not really moving across the screen, I feel like we have to be fair and also talk about those, I don't want to necessarily say issues, those glaring points with Attack on Titan, and I assume other animes, even though I haven't seen others. But also in that same breath, and Brandon mentioned this last week, Amazon is a multi-billion-dollar company. They don't really have an excuse to do the dragging shit across the screen. So,
yeah. So it's good so far. Obviously, I'm curious about a lot of things. I think I only have one thing that was spoiled for me from me overhearing it a couple weeks ago, because I didn't take my headphones off during your guys' discussion. So there's one thing that stuck with me. Other than that,
really, you remember it. You remember
what is it?
I do, because specifically, Charlie, you said it, and you were just like, "Oh, sorry, Ben." Otherwise, I was completely tuned out. But because you said my name, then I was like aware for a second. It was Titans being in the walls.
Oh, okay. Honestly,
wait. Okay, I didn't want you to go. What do you mean? Like, what do you think he means about Titans being in the walls?
See, now you're making me overthink this.
Well, no, I just want to know what your
is good.
interpretation is. Yeah.
Like literally, I guess I didn't really think about it. I guess I thought in my head that like somehow there's space between the walls that the Titans are in, which is how they can like suddenly show up and suddenly disappear, like the Colossal Titan did pretty early on. Yeah. But now you have me overthinking because it's like, how would that even be a thing?
No,
I'm not going to play with
he's just no.
Yeah, no,
I think he's doing a good thing right now.
I'm interested. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, it's like I said, I personally feel like because I got one of my coworkers to start watching it now, so that is 3 people in the span of like a week and a half that I was able to get to finally jump on board. I asked him today how much have you watched? He's to the last arc of season 1, and I told him this today. I was like, look, man. I think the middle section of season 1 is probably the slowest. Now that you're out of that, like the show does not slow down one bit for like the rest of this. Like it just keeps going. So hang tight. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's a lot worse when I remember back on it because even Charlie was like, I didn't think it was that bad. But like where you're at right now, right after Aaron transforms and his plan to seal off the wall and things like that. This middle section is going to be a lot of studying, a lot of world building, a lot of lore build up. After that, it's balls to the walls. So I think you're at a good spot right now to kind of pause and talk about it, talk your thoughts out. Yeah, I'm excited to see where you go. That's nice. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It will take me a while. Like,
oh yeah, no, I'm sure.
I'm not going to be
10 episodes already though, and you were gone
good.
last week. So
that's true. I'm just not going to be like a 3-week full watch like Charlie.
Sure. I knew you were never going to be like that. I knew I
knew he would. I knew as soon as he started to catch wind, he was just done for. Like a week would be it tops. Sure. I do want to tell Charlie something really fast. If you could take your headphones off, Ben, for like just 3 seconds. I'm going to be quick. My buddy's watching.
That was a good job with the wall thing. That was a good job.
Oh yeah, no, because I'm like, dude, good. Titans in the walls. Like, what do you mean Titans in the walls? Like people in there? That's why I was like, Charlie, hold up. My buddy's watching it, like I said, and spoiler warning for Attack on Titan, guys, if anyone's listening. He has a theory right now. He just got to the female Titan. He has a theory that the female Titan is Armin's mom. That the armor Titan is Armin's dad. And that Grisha is the Colossal Titan. So I was like, so you just think it's like you just think it's just straight up, and he doesn't have anything spoiled.
Wait, he's at the end of season 1?
Yeah, like he just saw the female Titan. His theory is because the female Titan takes Armin's hood off, it's like, oh, motherly. He has no idea that it's Annie. And I think that's going to rock his freaking world.
Why Grisha, though, for the Colossal Titan?
I know. No, I was I think his thing is like, because he knows there's something up with Grisha in the cellar. And so because the Colossal, I don't know, because before anything with Armin's parents being Titans, as soon as he saw the Colossal Titan, he said that his sentiment was that that's Aaron's dad, that's Grisha. Aaron's a Titan. There's a Colossal Titan. Maybe he passed it down, and that maybe Armin's going to be a Titan, revealed to be a Titan soon. He thinks he is completely onto something. I was like, that is an insane theory, bro. Like, and then he said, he's like, if another girl Titan shows up or something, then I'm going to think that that's his mom. But right now, I think his mom is dead. I was like, whoa, that is like a first. Yeah, so I thought
that one's crazy. Avi, you definitely come back and let us know if Ben's that far. I want to know what he thinks when he finds out it's Annie.
Oh, I can't wait. I told him, I was like, season 2, Rhina and Berthold, bro, I need to be there. I'm joining the Discord and I'm watching you react to that. So yeah, that season 2 moment, and then I think that obviously there's some moments in season 3 that I want to see him react to. So I told my other buddy who's finished Attack on Titan, I was like, you tell me the minute y'all are watching season 2, episode 6, I'm there. I need to watch that reaction. So yeah. Well, now Ben can come back. And
so casual. All right, Benji.
Don't
Beautiful.
snap at me.
Oh, Ben, by the way, I do think this is pretty interesting. Kane Pixels, I showed Charlie this because Brandon gave me this piece of info. He actually got big on YouTube posting Attack on Titan videos. Like he would make old historical attack. Don't go look them up because you'll hit spoilers. But he used to post old Attack on Titan videos, but he would make them in a way that looked realistic. So like Attack on Titan, Declaration of War, historical footage. Like and they like he made that's what got him big before he did the Backrooms. So I thought it was funny. Because Brandon had told me that, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to tell Ben and Charlie that the very media that they are shitting on, the very show that they are shitting on, is the reason why this movie is being made. That Ben is so in love with. Oh, Backrooms. We probably wouldn't even have Backrooms without Attack on Titan.
Wait, what?
All right, we probably wouldn't even have Attack on Backrooms without Attack on Titan's influence.
Wait, have I been like glazing and super excited for this movie?
Not inherently. It was more so that you were excited for Backrooms, and when I brought up when we talked about it during the draft, you were like, I know Charlie wouldn't have picked this, but me and Brandon were kind of your competition for who would have taken Backrooms. So I'm like, hey, Ben likes Backrooms. Ben's messing with the Backrooms. We wouldn't have that if it weren't for Attack on Titan. So just figured I'd let you know.
Okay. I mean, I understand what you're saying now, but I don't. It just it sounded like you were making a claim for my thoughts on the movie.
No.
Oh, Ben's in love with the movie, and it's because of Attack on Titan.
No, this was weeks ago. I had this sentiment. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Benjamin, thank you for your AOT thoughts, and we're excited for you to keep watching, man. And actually, I don't know if we asked you, do you have any theories going forward? Like last little bit?
I don't feel like I really have anything to theorize, because like anything that I could theorize is just straight up like guesses. Like
sure,
where the Titans come from. What
about like how Aaron gets his powers or anything like that?
Oh, that's
Aaron's a freaking Titan. Yeah.
In the in the belly of a Titan and doesn't get disintegrated by the juices. I don't know. I haven't
well, I will say this isn't a spoiler. They established that they don't have digestive tracts or digestive enzymes, so that's why.
Well, I mean, they don't have like, genitals, right? Like that's
they don't have so reproductive organs, and they don't have digestive
where would
enzymes.
It go? You know.
Sure.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I don't know why him biting himself would make that happen. I don't know. He mentioned something about like it only happened to the extent that it needed to for the current task at hand. That was an interesting comment as well. So I don't really have any. I don't know. I don't have any running theories because like so far I've just been like fed stuff and waiting for more. I don't feel like there's enough breadcrumbs for me to start even like thinking about those things. And maybe, I mean, there's probably obvious stuff that I'm just not picking up on, but yeah, nothing yet.
Okay. I just can't, I guess not that I can't believe it, but like that moment when Mikasa's like about to die and you just see a Titan punching another Titan, you're like, that's Aaron. Like you just put that together in your head.
Okay, not like
that's got to be Aaron because like Aaron wants to kill all of them. So like, and this is the first Titan I've seen killing other Titans. So like,
it wasn't instant, but it was that episode. Like it was very quick.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, I made this slight connection just looking at his hair. I was like, that hair kind of looks like Aaron's hair.
Yeah, my buddy did the same thing. My coworker said that he pretty much figured that was Aaron. And he looked at the hair, which I was like, yeah.
Hey,
fair.
I also just like, I
Armin's
had,
parents.
there was no way that I was going to believe that they actually killed him off like a few episodes in.
Sure. And I didn't believe that either, but I just didn't know how they were going to bring him back. And I think that was a shocking part for me.
Sure.
But anyway, yeah, cool beans. Let's dive in to our. Oh, you want to do this first?
I'm not gonna be able to be a part of this discussion, so
Okay, I guess that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that first then.
I'll be honest, I forgot that we had 2 more things.
Yeah, we got 2 more. Yeah.
All right, boys.
That boy's itching to go. Yeah, so Spidernoir, man. Our thoughts on the show in 3, 2, 1. Double. See, I thought about doing a double, but I think I'll just do a 1.
Double. This was a big surprise for me.
Sure.
Almost.
How did you watch it first? Black and white?
So yeah, I'll explain and then I want to hear from you. But I was going to go every other episode, switching back and forth.
Oh, okay.
But I started in color and probably like 15 minutes into the first episode, and I don't remember the exact moment, but a little bit into the first episode, it became so clear to me that this show was shot and lit specifically to be in black and white. Not that the color was bad.
I don't know if I agree with that, but continue.
But it was, there was a couple of specific scenes where I was just like, I feel like this is specifically made to like contrast lighting with the shadows.
Sure.
And so I switched to black and white, and I stuck with that for most of it. I switched back and forth a couple of times because I was curious what certain characters looked like.
Yeah, okay.
Other than that, I did black and white most of the way.
Really? Wow. Okay. Gang.
What did you do?
I did color. I did color pretty much the entire way through. I watched 1 episode entirely in black and white. I think it was episode 5. Yeah, I think it was episode 5. That's the one I did in black and white.
Why that one?
I don't know. Because I split the show up into 2 days, and then I think I went into day 2 on episode 5, and then I was like, you know what? I'll try black and white out. I'll see what it's like. And so I just, when I loaded the show back up, it just happened to be episode 5, and I was like, I'll just watch this episode in black and white. And yeah, I don't know if I agree. Maybe, I mean, you would probably know more about what goes into shooting in black and white via blocking, lighting, everything like that than I would. But it just kind of took away from the experience for me. Also, just knowing what it looks like in color, like it is a very vibrant, very well color corrected, very well shot show in general. And just the way that simple things like him sitting on a staircase reading a newspaper, and off in the background I can see the night skyline of New York, and like all the neon lights shining their different colors, and like they're not shying away from the radiancy of those colors. I was like, I do not want to rob myself of this. Like this is one of the very few superhero projects I think nowadays that like really dives into the color correction and making sure all of that has a specific vibe. Like I don't want is not to take the opportunity to like shit on Marvel or anything, but like I'd say for a large part of their movies, like that has been lacking. Maybe not so much as of late, but in the past, it has been an issue for them. But so seeing this, and I wanted to enjoy it as much as I possibly could. Not that I wouldn't enjoy it in black and white, because I didn't mind the 1 episode I watched, but I just feel like color was the way to go for me. But I respect your black and white watching, though, I guess.
There's a good chance that I watch this again with a group of friends, and I'll maybe try to push to watch it in color that time, because like I agree that like it's a very well, like the cinematography and the colors and whatnot is very, very well done. And more so, I think one, for like the noir aesthetic of it, like it's set during the Great Depression. It very much mimics, you know, a private investigator in that time period. Like that's part of the whole shtick of it. So it kind of gives it a bit more of that vibe with like the authenticity of the time period and whatever. So I think both have their draw. It more so was like, you know, obviously it worked in color, but there's also, they lit it in a very specific way so that when they do the black and white, it also works in the black and white. And I think there was maybe just some scenes early on where it just like I really could tell that certain scenes were done specifically so that they could do the black and white. And that's when I made the switch, and I just decided to stay with it.
Sure.
It's, it's not something where it's, I don't think there's a correct way to do it. And I think everybody's going to have, a different experience. Obviously, like, I switched it for some things because I was like so curious about, like, okay, I see what this character looks like, but what color is this thing, does their color change or whatever?
The one episode I watched, I actually with Kat's character, like the dress she was wearing, I really wanted to see what color that was. So then I would rewound it, and I watched little sections.
Sure.
So yeah, I agree with you. I don't think there's a specific way to watch the show. I think that's a testament to the show as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, diving into the story beats a little bit. Actually, I want to talk about performance first with Nick Cage. I've never been a great Nick Cage guy, but
that's heartbreaking.
Well, you know what? Actually, because I grew up on National Treasure, I loved those movies. So, like, to a certain extent,
I just watched the second movie like last
night.
Really?
Really?
I'm not even kidding.
I love both of those movies. I think
well, guess what? His character's name is Ben, and his assistant is Riley. Ben Riley.
His name is Ben. Oh shit! I actually forgot about Riley. I forgot about that. Yeah. That's funny, actually. But for like, he does a good job in this, and it's not too Nick Cagey over the top. Aside from, I think it's episode 6, where there's a lot of like the flashbacky stuff to him getting when he first got bit, and then having to deal with that. And then when he's also getting cut open and he's walking down the hallway, he's doing like his fidgety, like, I'm like, all right, dude, like this is.
You thought that was too much?
I just thought it was a very clearly a Nick Cage edition. Like, I don't think that was written into the script by any means. I think he just wanted to do that to sell the character, which I don't disagree. I don't think that was the wrong choice necessarily, but I was just like, all right, maybe it's just because it was Nick Cage, truthfully, for me. But
I feel like a lot of the moments with him were really, really great. I think episode 3 where he has like he does the pose and he's just like, it's Tai Chi, and then later on, as he's Spidernoir,
he said, I was telling you, Tai Chi.
Or like, I thought the moment you were about to mention was the like the bar fight and the post bar fight, but I think that's episode 7, I believe. But I thought you were going to mention that because afterwards is that moment that was also in the trailer where he's like talking about it back at his office.
Oh.
When he's talking about it, blaster. Yeah, like
that was funny. I actually thought that was funny.
Yes, I've always loved Nick Cage's shtick. I mean, obviously, like it's an easy thing to let get out of control and become a little too much and too jarring, and especially like this, like Spidernoir didn't really have that shtick into the Spider-Verse. Obviously, like very minor character, and we don't even think that this is the same character from that multiverse and whatever. And there's a good chance that this is actually just Peter Parker. We'll talk about that.
Oh yeah, because they said he changed his name.
Yeah. So I think from that perspective, like this being very like Nick Cage coded worked really well for me. And like Spidernoir having a very like distinct personality, I actually think that his shtick fit very well into his character and being a private investigator / retired superhero. All of that, I think, actually blended really well together.
Sure. I think I agree with that. Also, just the way that he plays up the emotional scenes with him talking about Ruby and like his genuine like yearning for like that connection with another person, and I think that comes across really well with how he feels about Kat, and then how he feels after everything happens with Kat. I do enjoy that. I enjoy everything about that. And as far as the other performances too, the guy plays Robbie. I thought was great. I thought he was hilarious. I thought he was a wonderful addition.
You want the door open or closed?
Closed?
All right.
This is so fire. That was so fire. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But Silvermane. The guy who plays Silvermane. I thought he was really, really good as well.
Oh, Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah, is that his name? Yeah, great stuff out of him. Truthfully, I can't help but feel like it was like just an attempt at like a kingpin kind of thing. Like I feel like that's hard to like differentiate to a certain extent with just being like a crime boss guy in a superhero universe.
Sure.
But I as far as like his character goes, I still think that like it was really well done, and his fear, I guess, or the way he sells fear to everybody, whether it be Cat or like the people he works with or work for him, et cetera, et cetera, I think was really well done as well, including like the mayor and everything with that. I think the way he handles that is funny. But as far as the actual show goes, with the story and everything like that, the only like rather maybe large problem that I might have with it is just the pacing of it. I feel like it at the end there, it seems like they're just kind of rushing to this end with especially like the way that Silvermane is taken out. Like it I don't know, everything. It didn't seem like when they were sitting downstairs and before everything goes awry, before Robbie shows up dressed as the spider. This didn't feel like this was gonna be like the last little bit here, especially with like the antidote being left behind and everything like that. This felt like it was gonna go on for at least another episode, maybe two. So then for it all to like jumble up as it did, it seemed like it was a bit rushed to me. With that being said, I enjoyed everything that happened within it though.
Right.
I think that the fights between him and, let's just call him Electro because I forget his name. Electro and Sandman, I thought were really good. Between him and Flint and Sandman, even though I was a little confused as to why Flint was beating the shit out of him right there. Like Flint, as far as I can understand, didn't like his condition, and he was like, but I'm stuck with it now. But then he sees this antidote and he saw that it cures somebody because it cured his buddy, the cured Lonnie. So like, why wouldn't you take that too? Like, why are you beating the shit out of the guy who has the thing that could make you not die anymore? But I don't know. I get it for the Electro guy. He seemed to enjoy his powers. Like he enjoyed doing what he did with them. But like for Flint, his change only comes when Electro hurts Cat, and then he starts hurting Electro. But I don't know. I don't want to get too like Haiti on the show because I enjoy it a lot. I think it was very good and surprisingly, like, what is this? This is the first live action Spider-Man show since like I believe like the 90s or something. The 90s, maybe the 80s, with that like really bad. Actually, that might have been a movie. Maybe it's the Japanese Spider-Man show. I don't know. It's been a long time since there's been a live action Spider-Man show, and I think this looks great for everything that it does. Truthfully, even like they didn't have the budget to do Sandman like how Sandman was done in Spider-Man 3 or anything like that, but I still think for this universe and for this time period or for whatever, this works. It works really well. I didn't need to see Sandman go crazy big, crazy large, anything like that. I think that this, and even Lonnie was a little bit weird to me because it looked like he was like turning into a bug almost, but like that's Tombstone. I know that's Tombstone. Yeah. So like his skin should just be getting like rock hard or something, but I don't know.
I actually thought that the incorporation of all of the villains and characters into the time period worked like surprisingly well.
Absolutely.
Like, even just their backstory, I feel like I totally bought into how everyone became the way that they did. Crazy to see actually see Man Spider in the show. And like they fully committed to that.
Yep.
And showing some of the other experiments and whatnot, which is kind of, I mean, we'll maybe touch on this a little bit, but like I was surprised at a couple specific moments of like intensity or gore, and also like a random F-bomb in like the 5th episode by Robbie, when he's looking for Lonnie.
Yes, that was so random.
I mean,
that was actually so random. I forgot about it.
I had to rewind. I was like, wait.
Did you just in passing? Like, that's like what?
Right.
So, oh my gosh.
There's a couple of moments where like I was like, oh my gosh, this show, I mean, like it fits the vibe of the show, but a guy getting his throat slit and then like specifically the flashback scene and like the surgery stuff, obviously, it's like it fit the tone of the show, but also like a wild swing for them to go for those things in a Spider-Man show. Maybe they understood that like for a Spider-Noir live action TV show, like their audience isn't gonna swing like super young. Like we're probably like the young end of the audience who want to be watching a show like this. So I think that could be part of it. I just thought that was kind of funny, but the incorporation of the characters was like it surprisingly worked really well. That like all of a sudden you had like Electro and Sandman, and they just like feel like they fit even in this time period. So
yeah,
I thought that was cool.
Interested in Cat because I feel like Cat Hardy. I feel like that was very specific, like Felicia Hardy. I thought, and like she's Black Cat, so Cat Hardy. I figured that's kind of what they were leaning into, and I thought that might go somewhere, but it's just her name. Like there's never like even a nod to her being that. So I think that was intentional naming her that for the nod, but I don't think that they ever planned on doing anything. Another highlight for me is the whole rat thing. The way that all played out and him setting up one of his boys, I thought that was really good.
The marked
like even down to like that was so
all
good. The marked bill thing, and then when they pull up. When he kidnaps everybody, when Silverman kidnaps everybody, and then he says to him, "Oh, look, he's got all the answers."
I was
like,
"Oh shit, the answers.
Yeah, shit, this is some good stuff, man. Good stuff."
No, I loved that side of things. You mentioned the ending, so I wanted to touch on that. I do think the Silvermane moment specifically was rushed, but I didn't feel like anything else was super rushed. And actually, I loved the dynamic, which like when Riley is calling the Spider, I didn't think he was on the phone with anybody. Yeah, and then he's like, "Here, you want to talk to him?" I'm like, "What? What is happening?" And then, he said that the Spider was going to come. And I'm like, so we're just screwed. Like, I thought multiple times, like I knew what was going to happen, or I knew the situation, and I was wrong. And then Robbie showed up and the antidote was injected. I was like, this is great. I was loving it the whole time. And I was just surprised in general, like with the whole show. Because this, like, I'm not comparing this quality wise, but to me, this is a situation like the Penguin, which is like, okay, this is a cool small role in a movie that I like. I don't see how they can justify making a whole show specifically about this character.
Sure.
And then they did it. Obviously, I like the Penguin better than this.
Way more.
But this is still like a really, really good show.
Sure.
And like I'm very, very happy with the end result. It's like it's better than I expected. This is kind of like this is almost the ideal situation for what I would want if this turned out well.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. Yeah. I shot my shot with this and it panned out, even though I was also a doubter of it right after I shot my shot with it. So
yeah. Just comic book movies this year so far have been so good. Like we started with Wonder Man. We got an amazing season of Daredevil, an amazing season of Invincible. The Boys is like clearly the worst out of these comic book shows. Clearly the worst.
And you're not even excited for Vision. Oh man, I think Vision's gonna be good.
I'm not that excited for it. But to me, let me look at my list just to make sure. This is the 7th new season of television that I finished this year. So
wow, that's big for you. You're used to it. Crazy. No TV show guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah. Which is the 5 comic book shows that I just listed, and then Monarch: Legacy of Monsters and Beef Season 2. But literally my top 4 is Daredevil, Invincible, Wonder Man, and Spidernoir. Like,
dang, in that order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I would give this an 8 out of 10, and the three above it are all 9s. Like I loved all of those like a lot.
Waterman is so good.
So and just thinking ahead, even like I know for you guys, you're excited for X-Men 97. Like you guys are over the moon about.
You
that.
will be too. You will, when you finally watch it, you will be too.
I know, and I have a month. I need to.
Yeah, you do.
I shouldn't have started.
It's coming so much sooner than I thought it would be.
Right.
As well. So
it's just like this is such an upswing for comic book media in general. Like I would even say, we've said this about Marvel too, but like they've been in an upswing recently. Like we're all excited for Spider-Man. We're expecting it to be great. And then that could be like huge momentum going into Doomsday. So it's just like crazy that's the world that we live in. And we can just get such a variety of comic book shows, but that they all can be good in their own way. So this was a very, very big surprise. I ended up binging this pretty hard. Like I watched the first couple episodes, and then I watched episode 3 the next day. And then the other day I literally watched like 5 episodes basically back to back to back.
See, that's what I mean, bro. You did that and you watched AOT. I think you'll watch more AOT than you think you will.
Dude, I feel like I'm watching a lot of stuff because like I also rewatched Obsession. I'm rewatching Backrooms on Thursday because same thing is happening where I went and now a group of my friends want to go see it. And it's like, guys, you just got to be on the wave when I'm like, I go opening night. Just be on the wave when I'm on the wave, and then I'll only see it once. So, watching a lot of stuff. But this was great.
It was, yeah.
I was a very big
Spidernoir, everybody.
I don't know where they take a season 2 as kind of a final thought, because like there were the experiments, obviously, but we basically had a select group.
Sorry, I gave you. Maybe take your headphones off just for a little longer.
Just briefly.
Because we're doing one last thing. All
right. We have this group of individuals who were experimented on. We saw some of them in this story, and then we saw a lot of them just dead, trying to fix them.
But like probably not all of them. Yeah. I
don't know that answer, but like it just kind of feels like an open and shut story. Like we had the dead group and the alive group, and then where do you go from here? So
see, that's my thing. I don't know if a season 2 would happen. That's the thing. Like
I don't need it.
Yeah, me either. That's and I would watch it as well. But yeah, I don't think I need it. I don't think it needs to be made. But I just wonder what would go into. Obviously, viewership is what would make them make another one. But I don't know. I don't know where they go from here either. Yeah, because like I don't think I'd want another like monsters in the city kind of deal. Right. But obviously, you'd have to have some of that just to fill out his rogues gallery a bit more. But like maybe don't focus so much on the fact that they're like monsters. I don't know. I truly don't.
Yep.
But as you said, I'd be here for it though. So yeah.
It was great. Even like the penultimate episode ending on like all these different situations happening at the same time, and then you had Silvermane and the mayor both at the same time being like, bring me Ben Reilly for different reasons. And
that was good actually. Yeah. I was frustrated with Kat, bro. She kept just firing her gun like indiscriminately. I'm like, it's a tiny little gun. I was like, dude, there is no way you got that.
I thought she had ran out, to be honest.
Me too. When she when she finally shot Silvermane, I thought she was gonna be out.
Yeah.
And then she's finally out when she goes downstairs and tries to shoot Electro, but whatever.
Yeah. Good show.
Damn, this boy loves to snap now. So yeah, when Nick Cage went and humped the giant spider,
yo, I'm pressing play right now. What the fuck?
My name's Ben Reilly. I had sex with a spider.
Yo, that was actually a really good impression.
No, it wasn't. It was kind of mid.
You haven't even
seen the show.
It was mid.
Look at his stupid little Texas shirt. Bro.
Remember a few weeks ago, I did
Texas
like
shirt.
5 different impressions, and you made fun of me for that.
Anyway, On to our final topic of discussion for the episode. The Backrooms movie.
Oh shit, bro. We just no clipped where we at. Yo, guys.
And that's the podcast, everybody. Bye-bye.
Guys, where we at?
Did you guys hear that?
No way I'm we here with two fucking nerds, bro.
Oh god, here goes this guy. Yo,
Oh
Ben,
my
watch out there, bro. Imagine he just like actually,
Yeah,
like,
dude, if he actually did, then
bro, that'd be the
bro,
craziest.
what would we
shit
even
ever.
do? What would we message Reagan like, yo, go downstairs.
Dude, like this would be iconic footage. This guy.
Why does he have the camera set up? Wait, what's the camra for? Why do you have the camera
Whoa.
Dude, I gotta see what's happening back there.
there? Oh my gosh.
I've been hearing noises. If anything comes out, it's raps for me.
Your lights all
We were
fucked up,
talking
too.
about how iconic this video would be if you like actually just genuinely no clip through there and like what we would do.
Well, I was like, what would we even do, bro?
I
Like,
just died. Like what?
like, do we just message Reagan? Like, I don't what do we do? But anyway, our thoughts, our initial reactions to the Backrooms. Is it the Backrooms or just Backrooms? I think it's just Backrooms. To Backrooms in 3, 2, 1.
I knew you would, Charlie. I knew you wouldn't like this movie.
Yeah,
I knew
man.
you wouldn't like this movie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I knew you would.
No, I was
Yeah.
hoping. Oh my
No,
god, I'm so
no,
let
no, no.
down.
Aiden. There was never a world where Charlie liked this movie.
But like, I
No,
need to
come
know
on.
why. I need
We
to
know
know why
why.
he does it.
I personally, I think it's like a me thing. I
It's a Charlie thing.
I don't find the Backrooms scary whatsoever.
Okay, that is not what I thought you were gonna say. Now you're tripping. Now you're
I do it's
Yeah,
just me
that's
personally. I
crazy.
don't find them scary. What is scary is the monster part of it. But I know from going in, like, there's a lot of contention that there's not even supposed to be a monster in there. So like, obviously I lean more towards there being a monster because I think that's what makes it scary. But there are people who think that just the concept in and of itself is scary. And I just can't get behind that.
Can we pause for a second and just, some people have been falsely saying that there was never supposed to be a monster in the Backrooms.
Yeah,
That
I
is
feel like that's false because within all of Kane's found footage, it's all been like there's always been.
Well,
an
sure,
interest.
but Kane's stuff is inspired by like stuff that already existed.
The
But yeah.
original post for the Backrooms says
Yeah.
something about there being things in there that can hear you. Like, be
Mhm.
careful about you making
Oh.
noise. Like, if you don't hear them, they might still hear you. It's not like directly said that like, oh, there's things in the back.
Sure.
But it is alluded to that like, yeah, there's life or something else in there.
Sure, because like the original thing is just the picture. Yeah, it's just
It's
the
the
picture.
picture, but the text itself alludes to something more. I thought you wouldn't like this movie specifically from like for the characters' perspective of things.
I mean, it's also that. It's also that.
Similar
but-
to like an Alien Romulus or something like that, where like
Yeah.
it can be really well like filmed.
See, I actually feel like Alien Romulus had better characters in this movie. but-
Well, I agree with you, but like that was one of the reasons you didn't like Alien
Sure.
Romulus. So I thought it would be that, but the Backrooms not like you're
still
saying that
find it
him
scary, man.
exploring for like that
That
first time
dude,
he's in
yeah, that
there
was
for
fucking
like 10 minutes
awesome.
I
with
was
the
bored.
music.
That was
just does
insane.
nothing for you.
I was bored, man.
Oh my
watching
God.
him. What was eerie was the found footage type, like the holding the camera. That
Oh,
stuff
well, that
gave me an
I'm
eerie
pooping my
feeling.
pants, yeah.
I
yeah,
think you
that
would
one
love
gave me
the
like a
found
little
footage
bit of
stuff
like
on
a
YouTube.
the found
that you
footage
did.
stuff. Yeah,
That
honestly,
should be more of the movie. I agree with you there 100%.
I might check those out because like that gave me because like the opening of the movie, that's like that guy's running from the monster and he's like trying to like contact his like it's very hectic. It's very just like I'm looking at this no clipping stuff through a fucking shitty little camcorder. That stuff did get to me a little bit. Like that stuff was creepy. That stuff was eerie. But when I'm watching this shit in full fucking 4K, I don't know the actor how to say the actor's name, but
Chiwetel?
Chiwetel. When I'm watching Chiwetel go through these backrooms in 4K slow camera movement, it's not doing anything for me, man.
I disagree, dude. I disagree so much. I thought that was like that sequence of him exploring it by himself and then getting chased by the entity in there. Like that was where it was just cooking with gas for me, dude. I absolutely love that. I thought it was so cool. Man, that's very disappointing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
Avengers Doomsday Clock, perfect.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Of course, that boy loves it.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
Dude.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just like I don't know, man. Like the rooms aren't creepy to me. Like, what is creepy about it to you guys? Like, genuinely asking, because it just as they describe it, it just looks like an office building, bro. It literally just looks like I'm looking at is like an office building or like a really like a grandma's house, like with the wallpaper or something, like with just a bunch of empty rooms. Like, I just don't get what is scary about it. What is eerie? What gives you that feeling?
I think the scariest part is kind of what your mind makes up. Like if you just, even if you look, I mean, at least for me, like just looking at that right there, I feel uneasy because of what I can imagine is around the corner. What I can imagine is in those dead spots that I'm seeing. That for me, and that feeling of being scared or walking around an empty office at night, or walking down a weird, creepy looking neighborhood, for me at least, it's unsettling what could be in that liminal space, or what my mind. It's like whenever you go shut the lights off in the kitchen and you're walking back to your room and you just like feel like there's something breathing behind you. That same feeling is what the backrooms or what these liminal spaces kind of instill in me. And it's also just a feeling, I feel like, of nostalgia. I think it's a mix of nostalgia and dread.
Nostalgia.
It's a weird
7 years ago. This fucking boy.
What are you talking about?
That's when the that's when the backrooms.
I'm not talking about nostalgia for the backrooms. Fuck. I'm talking about like if I see a liminal space that reminds me of something that I've been familiar to in my childhood or something. I feel like I've seen that before. You know, that mix of nostalgia plus what I can imagine is around the corner, or the quietness of it all, how eerie everything is. All those feelings mixed give me a really uneasy feeling. So when I'm watching Clark walk around and turn every corner, or hearing a noise whenever he's supposed to be the only one in there to his knowledge, like stuff like that gets me, man. I think it gets me so good.
And maybe that's my problem too. I don't think that was properly conveyed with Clark. Like the idea of just like the being scared of what could be around the corner.
Well, I don't
he's
think Clark
actively
is
like going. No, and that's I think that's an issue. I think that's an issue then as well, because like if the entire idea behind this is just that it gives you an eerie, creepy feeling, why is he absolutely compelled to keep going around every single corner and keep going deeper and deeper? The only point in which he decides to abandon the whole thing in that moment is when there's a monster and he can hear that there's a monster potentially coming after him. So like that's the monster that's causing him to have that fear, not the place itself, the monster.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think he is scared. I don't think the character of Clark is scared of the backrooms. So as soon as he turns around and goes to his therapist, he's over the moon about this cool discovery, this cool place that he found in his furniture store. And I think that's because of things that happen with this character, everything that's happened with his wife. He sleeps in the furniture store. Like this man has like absolutely nothing. He has nothing going for him. So he hyper fixates on this place that he finds in his furniture store. And I think that ultimately, like jumping to the end, is why he behaves the way that he does, because he's so obsessed and so fixated on finally having something that he feels like gives his life meaning, because he's otherwise just a sad piece of shit, a sad, angry piece of shit. So I don't even think that in that moment he's supposed to be, I don't even think it's supposed to convey like that Clark himself is scared. Now he sees the entity, then he freaks out, but then they do a time jump that he's been kind of going in there and exploring it a lot more. We see at the end of the movie that he's familiar with the entity. He's been walking side by side with it. I don't think that feeling immediately is supposed to show Clark being scared. I think it's more so showing Clark being intrigued, which is why he's so happy to turn around and tell his therapist about everything.
I have a different perspective than Aiden because like this image behind us doesn't do too much for me. I don't know what it specifically is, but it's when something like that becomes a little more uncanny. So like a tiny little door that shouldn't be there in the first place.
Like when he goes through to run away from the monster kind of thing.
Yeah, that's an example. The hole with like the chairs where he like looks down and that kind of thing, or the random like ledge that's just like sticking up out of the floor that's out of place. Like there's those things to me where it becomes a little uncanny, where it's kind of just like it's this is a good example as well. It's just like a specific unsettling, like this isn't quite a real place, and like nothing could have really like made this place. There's an uneasiness to like the uncertainty within it. Obviously I agree that like when there's a monster there, that's more scary. Like the found footage section, which we've jumped into some stuff anyways. The found footage section, when he goes into the room with the Christmas tree,
yeah, that's scary.
Oh, that is horrifying.
I freaked out. Yeah. And then of course, like as that specific scene went on, I was freaking
that shit hit me. Yeah,
that was the worst part when she starts walking.
Oh yeah. But then even before that though, with like the bodies halfway, like no clipped into the ground, like halfway up, that was like, oh shit. Like,
yeah,
I felt it there.
Even to your point, Ben, like the Christmas tree, also nostalgia. Like for me, it just mixes that in there that really tricks my brain into like, what am I supposed to feel right now? Like worriedness, nostalgia, scared, like, but continue, please.
So for me, like, yeah, if it's just like an empty room with like hallways, that's not anything too crazy. But like as that potential expands, there's an uneasiness to just like the abnormality to it. And I feel like it becomes more apparent the more that time goes on and the more weird things get. Like I'll give you that 100%. But for me, like knowing that's where we're going, it's already like an inherent uneasy thing, just like being in that liminal space. That to me has a draw to it. Obviously, like those other moments later on are like way more stand out than stuff earlier on. But I didn't find it boring just like walking around, especially knowing that like, yeah, they built all of these sets practically. And like, you can tell they built these sets practically. And some of them even late in the movie, like when we get to the third act and we're like going basically from set to set very quickly, which, we'll touch on that a bit later. Even when we're doing that, I'm like, they actually just built this like warehouses of sets so that they could have 30 seconds in this one room. And like, I just thought that whole aspect of it was really cool to see. So I guess for me, like, it wasn't always necessarily like I'm on the edge of my seat, I'm afraid. There's an uneasiness, but also an intrigue similar to what Clark has early on. And then obviously there's scenes where it's just legitimately scary. But that's the draw for me. It's like, it's also just interesting for me. I don't just go like, oh, that stop sign is backwards and shouldn't be there. That's weird. It's like, no, that's like an uneasy, like, how did it get there? And then when you view the Backrooms as like an entity that remembers reality, but just like misremembers reality. When you view it from that perspective, that's just like inherently a scary thing. Even just like the early on when he like turns the corner and there's like the voices and you don't really know what's happening. And then that turns out to be a cardboard cutout. That was freaking me out. Like, maybe that's just me. Aiden,
that's the thing. That's why I feel like I agree. I don't feel that. Like that's like I guess like that's the difference. Is like that did not. I will say it freaked me out. But again, this is the handheld camcorder stuff. All that stuff is what did freak me out. But when the boyfriend guy goes down the thing and he's looking at the piles of clothes and you see the face. yeah, you see the face of the cut. That was the face of the cutout. And like, it took me a second to realize that, but like, that was creepy to me. The way it was sitting in that pile of clothes, I was like, holy shit. But like, again, like that's a handheld camcorder stuff. Like, I think Kane did that stuff really good because Kane's really good at that. But like, none of the, I don't know, man. None of the other stuff. Also, the idea of the Backrooms, I don't know if this has always been the idea of them, but like the idea of the Backrooms being the outside world, but just being misremembered. Don't know if I love that either. Because like, I don't think that makes it more creepy in a way. Because as we saw, like there's different levels to it remembering just a simple place. And like at that point, like what's the point of it being that up there? It looks completely unrecognizable to that room beforehand. And so like, why is that creepy? It's not even the same room anymore. So like, why? But that's obviously not always the case, because we see the furniture store looks almost 1-to-1. I don't know, like what, maybe is that what's creepy too? Is like, you don't know at what point in time you are in these specific places at any given point, because like the store is, maybe that was just freshly remembered by the Backrooms. And it just leaves me with so many questions too, that like, I mean, they just announced that they're in early development of the second one. So like, maybe that's kind of stuff would be answered, but I don't know. It wasn't in a satisfied, I wasn't left in a satisfied way with a lot of the directions they went with for both the Backrooms and also the characters, which we haven't talked about yet. But
I just think that like, if that's how you feel, then you won't like a lot of the Backrooms lore in general, because a big point of it is to be kind of this ambiguous thing that like you as the viewer enjoy part of it because you fill in the blanks a little bit.
No, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think I like putting the idea of this exists because it's remembering the outside world. Because then at that point, it's not me wondering, how did these get here? Why are they like this? Why are they shaped like this? Why are there tiny doors, as you're mentioning? Why are there piles of chairs? At that point, all of that, me wondering it, is gone. It's answered right there. The movie answers it for me. So then I don't get like that creepiness, though any sort of creepiness I could have had of like, why does this exist the way it does, is ripped away from me in the movie because of that.
I feel like that was done for the movie's sake, because the Backrooms is not supposed to be like an actual like physical realm, if you will. Like him clipping through the wall, it's not like he's going to a physical place. Like it's meant to be kind of an entity in a way, which is why it can be like an endless thing that can build upon itself. And so I think for like the movie's sake of being able to like rationally explain how we got there, I think it had to give some sort of explanation like that. And maybe that's just the character's understanding of what the Backrooms is at this point in time. And obviously, like we legitimately did see like very close copies of places in the real world in the Backrooms. But there's also there's the question of the switch on the electrical board, how it clearly like was some sort of connection to the Backrooms, because like that's not just a normal place for a switch to be. And so then it's a question of like, where really is the bridge between Backrooms and reality? That's just an interesting thing to point out, because even some of the real world scenes I thought gave like kind of slightly eerie vibes. Like the way the whole movie is shot is like very particular. Obviously I'm not saying like, oh, we're in the Backrooms the whole time. I don't think that's the case, but it is just like, you got to wonder how much of it is done for just the sake of like making it a digestible movie. And to explain like how certain things can happen, because like the fact that we go back to the furniture store and it's very similar, but like furniture's all over the place. Like there's chairs with varying amounts of legs stuck together on top of a table or what, like it's not exact, but it's pretty dang close. And like having that, and then obviously with Captain Clark, that's like, you know, that's a big part of it as well. So I don't know. I feel like what you're looking for would, I think, be harder to do in like a realistic way to make it digestible for an audience, I guess.
Sure. I don't disagree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not, yeah, and that's not a diss. I just like, for me, I was pretty happy with the movie. I mean, I'm at a 7. Like, I like it. I definitely am not as in love with it as I maybe thought I would be going in. I just had pretty high expectations, like riding the high of Obsession, and good early reactions. I'm definitely not as high as I thought I would be, but I'm still very, very pleased with it. And yeah, like from a conceptual standpoint of like representing the Backrooms, from that perspective, I did get what I was looking for out of this movie.
Yeah, I'm at an 8. I liked it a little bit more. I think I'm at a 4 stars.
What did Maddie think?
She liked it a lot. Like she genuinely was like, she was like, I think that was like such a good movie. I would just never want to watch it ever again. Like I'm completely fine never watching that again. So she liked it. It's just it was just a horror movie to her, so she won't ever go back. But yeah, I like this quite a bit, man. I it's like my sixth favorite movie of the year. I couldn't put it above Michael or Obsession, but it's right there underneath those two with my 4 out of 5. So yeah, I don't know. I was overall satisfied. I think my complaints really just come with the third act and just characters, especially Clark as a character. I feel like that switch was kind of sudden. I think this movie could have definitely benefited from another 20-30 minutes, and I would have been completely fine with it.
You thought this was sudden?
That his switch to being like a villain and trapping the therapist down there with him was sudden.
Do you not think it's sudden?
Was not sudden?
I don't think it was sudden.
That was so
I thought
fast.
Like the whole point of his character is that like he's the villain but can never accept the fact that he's the bad guy, like with his employees, with his wife.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like I understand that, like, yeah, we were rooting for him, and then all of a sudden like we're in there and you know he traps her or whatever, but like I think one thing that can be attributed to it is like him being in the Backrooms obviously can have an effect on him. We didn't see that, but we know that some time has passed. But otherwise, I think it was well set up and established within his character that like he would be somebody who would act that way.
No, that's fine. I agree that his character is teed.
It was
up
quick,
for
but
arc.
it was warranted. Like I don't think the jump was crazy.
No, I still think, even if it is warranted, I still think that jump was fast. Like to go from seeing him, you know, walking around with the footage and the person behind him picking up the camera, and then the next time we see him, he's choking out the therapist and then sitting down with her, telling her his evil plan like a true villain. That's a big jump. That is a sudden jump. Regardless of how he is as a character, I don't think it was ever teed up in a way that could warrant, you know, such a fast jump from trying to look for this employee to save her and then boom, choking out the therapist in the Backrooms. That's a big jump. That's a fast jump for me.
I just think he's the kind of like evil but in denial, manipulative person where it makes sense. Like even up until the very end for him, like the things that he's trying to do, and like he wants her to affirm him. Like he wants to do the role play where he's correct, basically. He wants that affirmation that he's done nothing wrong. And like it only like the only time that actually like comes to a head and he finally gets like the ultimate demise of that is when he's up against literally himself, is like when he sees him being evil. So I don't know, like I understand the thought of it being like quick, and some people are just like, oh my gosh, we do that and then we follow a different character for the rest of the movie. I actually really liked it. Like I don't know. I thought the last like 30 minutes, like ever since the dinner scene, I thought that like elevated the movie for me.
I mean, I thought it was good. I just think what they did with his sudden change, I didn't really know how I felt about that. I still stand by that. I think it was sudden. Whether he's teed up
You
for
just
it
don't
or
even know
not.
how much time passed. Like
That's the other thing. I feel like
the
that's
one
not really
indication-
communicated well.
yeah, the one
either.
indication is all the mail shoved under the door of the store. That's it. That's all you get. Like
Yeah.
which that could be a week's worth of mail. Like I don't fucking know. Like what?
Right.
Well, it shows that he already has like a shit ton of mail on his desk anyways earlier in the movie. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The third act for me, that was really one of the bigger things. I also didn't really know how I felt about the entity being just a Captain Clark. It kind of threw me off at first. I didn't
Like why is his an entity? Like why him? And
well,
like
and
not,
I think a lot of it goes back to just like lore that I just don't know, but also that is the Captain Clark, or that entity is what kills the first Voyager that we see in the beginning with the found footage. So it's like
where Clark
okay,
was part of this. Like
that's what I'm saying. I'm under the impression that takes place before we see the events of the movie, and that's a Captain
not
Clark
necessarily.
with the. I mean, that's what I'm under the impression, just because that
was just like an async employee at a different location in the Backrooms, right?
Well, I think we are meant to believe that it happened beforehand because he finds the bag that employee was using at the beginning.
He does. Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm under the impression that
was his first time in the Backrooms.
Yeah, and he finds the bag with the badge. Granted, we don't see what that guy, the hazmat guy, looks like, but that badge could not belong to him, but it's the same bag. At least, it's the same bag.
It's still just not communicated great, regardless.
But the Backrooms remembered a lot of things that like weren't necessarily physically inside of it. The other still life in there or whatever. Like the explanation that the movie gives us, Clark specifically says, somewhere out there is a guy who looks like this, and it's misremembered.
But like then my question becomes, why is Clark's like so much bigger and is trying to eat everything? So much so to the point where one of the other entities, the woman one, is scared of it and tries to run away from it.
Well, so my understanding is which like the best my understanding is not properly backed up by the movie, because when what's the therapist's name?
Nora. Oh, I thought it was Nora.
No, that's wrong.
Anyways, her mom, I don't know.
When she is hitting Captain Clark, there's blood.
That's wrong. Buddy doesn't even know the fucking. No, that's wrong. All right, what's your guess, buddy?
I can tell you that it's not Nora.
Mary.
Like, I know that for sure.
Mary.
Yeah.
Mary. So when she's hitting Captain Clark, there's blood. So like that's a difference, because to me, I would say, why couldn't he be similar to the other still lifes in the fact that like his wife, or the lady, which in this interpretation we're like supposed to believe that that's basically his wife or whatever. She embodies who she was, which is somebody who was scared and wanted to run away. And in the same way, like his entity or still life or whatever it is embodies who he truly is. Why it's a different size, who knows? Why was her face messed up? Or why did that guy have 3 pairs of eyes? Like it's the same thing as everything, which is like it's not supposed to feel like an exact natural representation of exactly what happens in real life.
I think it's more than that though, because like why is she scared of that thing? Like why is that thing? So that implies the fact that she's scared of it implies that thing is more than willing to eat her. But also we see Clark literally cutting open one of the guys right in front of her and eating him. So like there's clearly a difference between that person and the other entity. And I just don't think that difference is clearly explained.
Yeah, and I agree with you, but I don't know that they ever will, and I don't know that they're meant to. Like I don't.
Sure.
I think that's just part of like one of those things that just kind of happens.
And I think that's probably a big complaint for me too. Like I don't know.
Well, I don't know, and that's I think that's also why I felt kind of sour towards the third act, because I'm like, okay, now we're throwing Captain Clark in there. Like Captain Clark is the entity, and we have these still lifes that he's sitting here communicating with. Like I'm just sitting here under the impression that like Clark goes down there's an entity, and like he's that entity is out to get people, or he's cautious but also interested in that entity. Then we cut to the third act and it's like, no, yeah, here's these still lives and you can eat them and look at the way this one acts. And then, oh yeah, now my entity is coming and it's based off of me. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're just going. Like I get it's lore stuff. I get it's lore stuff that I haven't watched, but it's like, I don't know. You're kind of, it's the movie, man. Like, you know, I want some of this explained in the movie. I want this to not just feel like a third act boom. You know, there's these things called still lives that you can eat, and we're sitting here having dinner. I've tamed them all. Like, I don't know. It just goes back to how sudden Clark's character development just shot up. I feel like the whole what they wanted to say with the Backrooms, what they wanted to play around with the Backrooms, also shot up with that character arc, and that's what threw me for a loop in the third act.
It's also, why does the entity eat Clark? Because like clearly Clark is comfortable enough talking to him that like they've had conversations at least in the past. If Clark is okay and not scared of him, so why in this moment is he now eating him versus previously he hadn't done it before? So I don't know.
I've watched like 3C Films did a nice breakdown because he was a real big fan of the movie, and we were on our vacation, so I was showering and I just like do something on TikTok, and so I watched his explanation of why the entity all of a sudden turned evil and why it attacked him after seemingly not attacking him the entire time, and he had a good explanation for it. It's not anything that I can just outright buy and be like, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. That makes my viewing a lot better. But I do think it's good. I do like what his interpretation is, but that's as much as I can give you. I can outsource you to him.
Do you remember what is there a gist you can give me?
I can try and give you a gist. Essentially, it was like the entity was mimicking Clark as a person. So while he's sitting there having that conversation with the therapist, he is finally in that moment realizing that he can just feed into like being evil. Like, yeah, maybe I am a piece of shit. Maybe I am an evil person. And at that moment, while he's realizing that, the entity is also, okay, I can't eat him. Like, he is an evil person, you know. I'm doing a horrible job of explaining it. He explains it a lot better, but apparently like it's something like the entity is thinking with Captain Clark or with Clark. So how Clark feels about himself, where the entity runs into him and he likes him because he knows that he's a good person, but will make his wife's still life run towards the door because, you know, how she views Clark as a person, eventually feeds off into the entity. So the entity's like, okay, I can kill him and eat him, while they're having that therapist scene.
Well, no, because the doll thing, the one in the wheelchair, was also freaking out. Started. I was gonna say if the wife one is actually of his wife, and then she's running away from the entity version of him, that could explain my issue before with like what's the difference between them. But the one in the wheelchair is also still scared of the entity, like because he can't move. He's in a wheelchair and he's a little small guy, so he's just flicking the lamp on and off and on and off. So like he was freaking out too. So it's not just the wife being scared of her husband kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm doing a horrible job of explaining what his sentiment was, but yeah,
it's all right, man. Can't explain it because the movie's trash and everything about it just didn't work out. So, but hey, let's go. Let's wait for number 2. Can't wait. Number 2.
What did you guys think of the ending?
With her sitting and talking to the guy, and then her double or whatever is in there.
I'm a fan of it. I mean, I didn't have any complaints. I kind of like that Async is just continuing to be this ominous. We don't know if she'll get to leave. We don't know what they're going to question her. Like I like that there's not a lot that's answered, and I like that with his Backrooms videos, that there's not a lot answered. There's just seeds and things sprinkled out, throughout his videos. So I was a fan of it. I thought it was cool to show like how she was remembered and to contrast that with how she's sitting there talking to him. I saw people say that was like all in her still life's head and she actually didn't make it out. I don't think that's what the ending was trying to go for, but I liked it. I liked that they kept it ominous, and that Async got to remain this really odd company that knows a lot more than they're letting off. So I was a fan.
I don't know, man. Was it played for shock value? Like the idea of her having a still life there? Like you just established to me that like that's a possibility. Like that's people in here are remembered all the time. Places in here are remembered all the time. So like why do I look at that still life of her and be like, oh my gosh, she has a still life? Like, yeah, okay. I mean, she was in here. So like it would serve to reason with what you established in the movie. Like that's not a shock to me. Why? Like I don't know. That's how I like. I was like, wow, cool.
Okay.
What's more interesting to me, I guess, is because they were doing like a brain scan on the entity. Like the entity has like a brain, so like that intrigued me. So
yeah, that was odd. And I'm watching a little bit of. I tried to clip to the point where 3C's explaining so that I could show y'all right now or after we finish recording. One of the things that he had just mentioned was that Async started off as an MRI. They did MRIs, the company. So taking years of your body and putting it into one, and they accidentally created the Backrooms. Now they're trying to understand it. So I think it's a cool callback there at the end with them taking X-rays and studying the entity.
Well, my thought, and maybe this is an answer as to why Clark's remembered self is an entity rather than a still life, is maybe because he was actually in the Backrooms. So I mean, like his wife was remembered, but she was never there. So like it has less details about her, whereas like for him, he was there, so it filled in the pieces a little more, and that's maybe why he has a brain. But
well, then what about her still life?
What about it?
Mary's.
She was also in the back.
She was also in the back room.
Well, we don't know anything about her still life at this point. I don't know.
But then it looked like the other still lives to me. But I mean, you're right.
It doesn't. I also don't think it remembers everything the exact same way every time. Like for his wife, her face was duplicated. For the guy, it was his eyes.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
It's not always going to be like every still life is this messed up the same way or whatever.
Well, sure, but just in terms of it looking like the entity and like having a brain, like it just didn't seem like it was that. Mary's was anywhere close to that.
Well, and even before, I mean, if we're meant to assume that found footage was taking place before, what about then before Clark even stepped foot in the Backrooms and that entity ate the found footage guy? Clark hadn't even been in the Backrooms yet at that point. So I don't know, man. I've been going in circles all weekend. Anytime I try to think about specifically everything with the entity, which is like, that's why I just don't really know how I feel about what they did with it in the third act.
All right, bro, just drop that score a little bit.
I
beg, get on your knees and beg for my half star to go down.
I feel like I'm able sometimes to look past some of these things.
I'll be honest, you guys are sounding like you should flip. Like Ben, you sound like you should be an 8. Aiden sounds like he should be a 7.
Yeah, it is starting to sound like that. But no, like dude, the horror in this, I absolutely loved. I loved it so much. Like when I was sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, nah, man, this was just like, I think I liked the horror in this more than Bone Temple. Like, I have this movie above Bone Temple. Like
wow.
Well, obviously that movie
shut
sucks.
Up,
Ben. All right,
shut up, Ben.
I love the horror in this. Like, there's aspects of this that I loved a whole lot. I loved everything that we were doing with Clark's character with the furniture store and watching him sleep in it and having to like drink and sleep in it was like honestly one of the more depressing sides of this movie. And then even everything that Mary struggles with like abuse from her mom and like being holed up in the house and that translating into her being a therapist. Yeah, I don't know. I like there's a lot that I did like. It's really just the third act, and we've been dwelling on the third act. Charlie, because you've been so negative about it, so we've been having to kind of compensate to come down to your level and talk about it. But in terms
you
of
guys should be trying to convince me. That's what should be happening, bro.
in terms of the horror of this, even how it's shot, man, some of those shots outside, like when he's walking around their neighborhood outside, man, the color grading and the way that it's all shot, God, it's so good. The filmmaking in this is so good.
This is a great directorial debut. Like,
oh, it's fantastic.
The script used to work, yeah, but like this is still, I think, a great debut.
Yeah,
dude, and like
a 20-year-old,
oh, I thought you were about to say something slick. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but Renee and Chiwetel, dude, oh my God, they were fantastic. That first scene when he's like, I think someone should stop being a fat bitch and get off her ass and help out around here. I was like, dude, I was so uncomfortable. I was like, this is rough. Like, this is kind of a little bit depressing. So yeah, I mean, I was a big fan of all of that. I think the filmmaking of this movie was awesome.
Yeah, I was saying it earlier, but like I'm able to look past some stuff and just go based on vibes. Like my theater was packed 9:30 at night.
Mm-hmm.
Age range probably 16 to 20. I might have been the oldest person in my theater room. Like, I'm not even trolling. Nice. It was all kids who were definitely younger than me. And it was just vibes. Like I had a good time. I liked the filmmaking. I liked the horror aspect. For a movie like this, I don't need it all to be explained. Do I want a better script with better characters moving forward? Absolutely. From every other aspect, I'm a big fan of what this was, and I'm very excited for them to do more. Charlie, I might push back. One of the sections of found footage where it's like very fast paced and he's in like the pool rooms and whatever, it gets a little too CGI-esque for me. I think a lot of it was really well done. Obviously, like once we get to like the Christmas room and everything, like that's all really well done.
CGI.
Yeah, like a lot of the found.
I think all that. Like, I feel like all of that was. I think that's why they did the found footage. Yeah, I definitely don't think they built those sets. Yeah,
just the way that he's like running through so quick door to door.
Oh, okay. The speed at which he's moving. Sure, I agree. Yeah, that was probably done in Blender. Yeah,
to me, that is actually that is less creepy than like the more cinematic him walking through the hallways slowly.
Oh, interesting. I disagree. I would disagree with that. I think the found footage stuff.
No,
I actually think that everything in the back room should have been found footage. I think that could have been really cool if every time they go in there, they're like they found some excuse for someone to just have a camera in their hand, and it like every time, as soon as they walked in, it would be found footage, and then they walk out. It's everything as we saw it throughout the rest of the movie. I think that would have been cool.
I think like the peaks of scariness 100% was like some of the found footage. I'm specifically saying like there's a section of the found footage that we almost like go too quickly from room to room for the eeriness to really set in like it should.
And I would agree with
like
that.
The Christmas room, and then like it takes its time, and that's like the scariest it gets.
But see, I just think that maybe what works for me with the found footage stuff is that it's not clear because it's like it's in the 90s and it's a handheld camera. So like everything's not clear. I can't really see anything that's going on. So like anything could be like when that bird came in, I didn't know what the hell that was at the beginning of the movie at first. Like I didn't know that was a bird until he gets close enough to it. So like maybe that's part of what adds to the eeriness for me is like it's harder to see versus like when he's in the back rooms and I'm looking at, as I mentioned, he's looking at 4K, 60 hertz, HDR, like anything and everything you can see. None of that's eerie to me until I can hear noises that I can't explain. Then I'm like, which goes back to like the monster thing works for me. Like the monster part I like, but apparently that's a point of contention for some people who like the Backrooms, but I've never been a Backrooms person either. So like, I don't know, because it doesn't scare me. Dude, if I was in that situation and there was no monster, I'm just walking through, I'm chilling, Like I have there's no thought in my mind of, could there be someone here trying to kill me? Like if I don't hear any noises, I'm chilling.
People wanted a PNG of Kanye West chasing around the main character.
Yo, Charlie, you talking real tough for someone that's never taken a stroll through the back rooms, buddy. All right,
bro, drop me in right now. Drop me in right now, bro. Literally,
oh fuck, yo, bro, yo, Charlie.
I was wrong. I was so wrong. Stupid, bro. Stupid.
I was wrong.
Dude, I'm excited to watch the movie again on Thursday.
Oh yeah, I already told my buddies. I was like, I'd be down to watch it again if y'all want to go watch it, because I was hyping it up to them.
Yeah,
I'm down, man. It's fun. Like it's a fun, yeah. I like it.
And I want answers to some of these questions, either that I thought of or that you guys thought of. Because I don't know. I feel like I have more questions the more that I talk about it, but then I want to go see, was this an actual problem that I should have with the movie? But
yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm really my biggest thing is just the entity. I really just want that explained a little bit more, even if I have to watch a video, because I'm just too dumb to realize what. Because every time I think about the movie, it goes back to why the entity was Captain Clark.
Whose video would you watch on it?
What do you mean? Definitely not Escape Pod.
Is there a typical place that you go to watch breakdown videos and a specific host?
Oh, let's go see. Have they uploaded?
This guy, dude.
Because I was gonna say, bro, get Kane Parsons on the Escape Pod. I'd watch that. Like, bro, lay into him. Like, oh. Yo, you're never gonna believe this.
Of course. Of course.
You will. It's my girl Jessica. Let's go.
I actually might watch this.
I actually might too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad I found that.
I think I will. I think I'm gonna watch it before I go and see the movie again.
Yes, and then pick it up.
I'm probably gonna watch it right after this. Truthfully,
pull his soups and just how he does with comics before he talks about the,
pull a Mr. Beast and say you're gonna watch something, change your profile picture, and then never watch it.
Yeah, dude, what a cornball! And
then years later, be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch this."
He watched Invincible. I think he's a.
Well, it was One Piece.
Blazer.
I think.
Yeah, it was one. I know you're talking about the One Piece stuff.
Yeah, he changed his profile picture, and then years later, he said,
"Because he's a fraud, bro. He's trying. God, he's such a fraud, bro. He's just trying to hop on a hype wave. It's bro, you're not really about that."
Mr. Beast hits a. You want to be in a video? Yes, sir. Yes.
Nah, bro, I'll stand 10 toes.
I'll be like,
what? Bro. Your turn, dude. He tells you, you want to be in a video where you literally just lay in bed and watch YouTube for a month? I'll give you $500,000. You're saying no,
dude. The whole
bro. I got morals.
The whole every day you stay in here, you get 10K. Right, bro, I'm there forever.
Oh yeah,
people who leave that are
what?
Aiden,
stop, bro.
Your family, what?
Stop, bro.
Are
Stop.
You dumb?
Yeah, no.
It don't even matter. Okay, you got your get your morals after this 30 fucking days, bro. Get your morals after those 30 fucking days. Fuck, man. Oh man, set your generations up and then get your morals. All right.
You're not setting your generation up off 30 days in the if you're getting paid $10,000 a day and you stay in there for a month, you're not setting shit.
Hey, bro, it's part of it's
30 days, bro. I'm staying there for a year.
That's tax.
Free food and shelter. I don't have to work. Here's the thing though. My immediate thought is, okay, well, that 10,000 a day, does my wife get to see any of that? Or do we only get this money after I leave? If so, I need to make sure that she can cover, whatever there is needed to be covered, and then I'll stay that amount.
She just move back home while you're doing it, if anything.
Cool,
Move
bro.
back with
Who's
their
gonna
parents.
fucking pay our? Who's gonna pay our fucking?
Move back with her parents. When you get out with fucking 1.5 mil, buy something else. Fuck you talking about?
That's true. That's true. Who's gonna move her out of here? Who's gonna help her move out of here?
That's true.
Her boyfriend. Fuck, I didn't even say all that. I didn't even say all that.
One though.
Her
Which
work
one is
husband.
crazy?
She's rolling like that.
That's
Wait.
who gets on Mr. Beast videos. Cucks, bro.
Speaking of
I
money,
meant to tell you guys, I'm going to be on a Mr. Beast video coming up.
did you win?
No, we're out first
Those-
round.
Those things happen like for months in advance before the videos come out.
No, yeah. I told me I can't talk about it. So
Can I speaking of money, can I quickly do, and I haven't thought about this, but you guys did a draft of things that you would rather spend $165 million on rather than the Mandalorian and Grogu. Can you remind me what you guys had for that list while I think of one? I'll just do one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Go for it, Charlie.
Should I do my three or should we just do one, me one, you
can
one, me one?
alternate. Yeah, we can
Okay.
alternate.
My first one was I would rather spend $165 million on a Mandalorian and Grogu ride in one of the Disneyland parks. I don't know how much it costs to make a ride, but
I can give
maybe
you
it's
a
more than
reference.
165. Sure, yeah.
The Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, you haven't been. Shoot. I was
Hey,
gonna do the roller
give me a
coaster
month. Give me a month
Yeah,
and
the
a half,
roller-
bro.
The roller coaster in Epcot was 500 million.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's
Oh shit. Okay.
Good
It's-
grief.
it's a lot.
Holy, maybe use your budget as a down payment, Charlie. Let's see if we
Yeah,
can finance that.
truthfully, that's the only way that's getting done, I guess. That one's a very involved coaster though, but whatever.
My first pick was use the $165 million to fund a 3-season, 7-10 episode show of our One Wish Willow, where every episode is a different wish, whether it's going good or bad. Just fund it for Curry Barker so that him talking about it and teasing it can actually come to fruition.
Yeah, and I love that one. I think that's a good one. My second one was I'd rather spend. You didn't watch this TikTok? I'd rather spend $165 million and give it straight to Gavin J. Knopf and give racist Spider-Man another stab at it.
Haven't heard that name in a long time.
And then my second pick was I'd use the $165 million to one or the other. Either one, tear down the data center that's funding the AI that was used to write season finale of The Boys, or the last season of The Boys, or use that 165 to hire actual writers instead of AI to write the final season of The Boys.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh,
Sorry.
do you want my
I didn't know
last
you had
one?
more. Sure.
Yeah, we each did 3. So my last one, it was really long. It was involved. It was stupid. But I just said I'd rather spend $165 million on like a really advanced torture chamber with multiple levels, and it just automatically puts you from one level to the other. And by the end of it, it will have told a better story about my pain and suffering than this fucking movie told with its fucking stupid ass characters.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a generous one.
Yeah.
And then mine was just give me the 165 for the box office because I need that to come back in first place right now. So
Yeah,
I couldn't think of a third one.
and
So
I'm not even saying that. So that's a little desperate. The first thing that came to mind due to it being about Mandalorian and Grogu, because I know this will never happen, giving $165 million to Mr. Denis Villeneuve to make any Star Wars movie that he wants.
Yeah,
You think he wants to play in the Star Wars universe?
I don't think he does, but
Oh, okay.
165 million is like pretty close to the budget for the Dune movies. So
Yeah.
I know that he could cook with that amount of money. I actually think it's more than the Dune movies. So give the money to him. Let him do anything he wants in the Star Wars universe. It might be the best Star Wars movie ever. Probably would be.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Dune Part 2 was 190 million budget. So you're right there.
165. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, that is our another very, very long, even longer than last week's episode of the Words from the Nerds podcast. Thank you all so much for watching or listening, whatever you're doing. We'd like to remind you that I don't think I said this at the beginning, but I did read comments at the beginning. But if you comment down below on YouTube, or if you leave us some fan mail on Spotify or any other podcast listening platform, we will read it aloud at the beginning of the very next episode. Next episode, Benjamin will be hosting. Benjamin will read your comments. So if you want him to say something, comment down below. If you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because we are coming at you every single week with a new episode. Also hit the like button, because that helps us get seen by other people, and we'd love to be seen by more of you. So more of you can like and more of you can subscribe, and then eventually we'll have a little community. We have a Discord already. We just need people. We just need people like you. So also, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or any other podcast listening platform, give us a rating, because that, again, also puts us in more people's ears, and those people with ears would hopefully want to continue to follow us and maybe join our Discord. People like you. So please do that. Hope you have a wonderful morning.
OG.
Shut up, twin. Hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching or listening to this. We will see you guys next time. Adios.
Yeah, what is blood doing? Peace.
Get him off, bro. Get this backroom stuff off. Don't care, man.